This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow. 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 What's up, gamers? Dude, I got so many gamers. Wow, right at the start. Ron, Anu, Venbred, Vol, Ace. Hello. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I guess it is 420 day. That's true. That's true. Oh, I appreciate that, Ace. Big heart emoji. What's up? How's it going? Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody? How are you guys? Happy Easter. Happy April 20th, whichever you prefer to celebrate. Dude, I fucking feel that, Ace. Up top, bro. Up top. Bam. Fucking hit me with that. Ah. You know what else is hard? You know what else is difficult? I'm hard. I'm difficult. So I'm
back. Your
we're
steadfast
sticking through it
loyalty
together.
is greatly appreciated.
420 game streaming. Venbred, did you hear my story about the one time we have successfully gotten Gar high? Also, Alphcard, holy shit, thank you so much. 25 fucking months, dude. Thank you. That means a fuck ton to me. That's crazy. Over 2 years. Thank you. Hope you are also having a cool Sunday. Sour in my efforts to cut anything toxic from my personal circles. Fuck yeah. Stoned Gar, I've been high once. Have we not? Does Vol not know about this story? Are you not a knower? You're not a knower? Hi, Fo, what's up? Think you watched the stream? There was no stream. I've never been high on stream. So incorrect. Big, loud, incorrect buzzer for Venbred. Wrong. I've tried getting high on stream. Nothing ever happened, I think. Lurking. Hello, Pendles. Well, thank you for lurking. I appreciate that. Pendles was here when I was high. So all of you may know, the biggest quest beast in the room, Hanu, is my roommate, and I went through the I didn't actually do anything. Yeah. Hanu guided me from 0 to my first experience being high. They were being very careful about it and wanted to have me try like small increases progressively until something happened. And it made me feel fucking horrible about like the sheer amount of fucking edibles that were fucking wasted. Because I know that shit's not cheap. But we tried like 5 and then 10 and then 15 and none of that ever fucking did anything. Like literally nothing. What was the one where you kept having shots of this one thing? I forget the name of Malort. Yeah, the Malort stream was a couple months ago. Big storm and tornado watch here. Oh my gosh. Well, stay safe, Gray. Heart emoji. Make sure you stay safe. Get under your biggest, most destructible objects so that they can Z collide with you, Z fight with you when the tornado hits. Possible I really hope there isn't a tornado. Dude, that fucking suck. You already had the random fucking river that spawned in your backyard. Board Game Dragon, that's me. Hello. THC, I was unfortunate to also fall sick at the same time. Very unfortunate. Get under the biggest, most indestructible Gar. Yeah, there's only one of me. I'm huge. My main is massive. Oh, Ace, that sounds fucking miserable. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the first time I ever got high, we put 20 milligrams of edibles in the Gar a few months ago, and I was so used to like not having anything happen that and like so many people have told saving phone battery roll back store passes and I can. Yeah, stay safe, Gray. Make sure you take care of yourself. How much is 20 milligrams meant to do? Good night, Ace. Have a good snooze. Been playing the Slay the Spire board game with friends. Been good. Fuck yeah, dude. I would love to hear more about that if you want to give me anecdotes of your experience. One of my friends was thinking of bringing it. The person that I'm rooming at FWA, Shran, was thinking of bringing that with them. But I was like, I'd be willing to look up the rules and learn it before the con. But usually the hardest part of a con is like doing board games at a con is usually have like 2 hours that you can lock people down max. And then anything beyond that, it's going to be really tough sell for most people. 2 hours is already like you need board game nerds to get that much. But usually the hardest part is like, can you fit the teaching of the game and the playing of the game into 2 hours? And they said probably not with Slay the Spire, but I'd be interested to hear your opinion because I've not learned how to play it or played it before. Anyways, back to my story about the weed stuff since Venbred brought that up. We put 20 milligrams into the GAR, and then I was like, everybody's anecdotes and stories that they told me that like they would be doing something and then like there'd be a moment where like it all turned on at once. So I was like trying to like figure out how to like make that happen. Hi Simu, happy Easter to you too. Hope you had a good one. I was trying to figure out like how to make that happen by like doing like, you know, the scene in Sam Raimi's like first Spider-Man movie, where he's like go web go and like does like all the different like fucking hand gestures. I was basically like trying to do that where I was like, is it about like if you shake your head side? Because again, the problem is that like it took, so the 20 milligrams was like something like the 15th try or something, like some obscene number. Like we had tried so many times of progressively doing like 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15 a few times, and then like 20. So I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe you have to fucking like activate it by like, maybe I'm expecting a really strong sensation when it's actually just something like really, really mild. So I was like, okay, if I like shake my head side to side, does like something feel different? Or like, if I wiggle my hands fast in front of me, does like anything happen? And so like nothing was happening now. It's just like I kept like having to ask questions to be like, are you sure you're not exaggerating? Like what is supposed to happen? And they're like, you'll like everybody that I kept talking to was like, you'll know. And I'm like, I feel insane because I'm just like, nothing has happened. I nothing. And then eventually, finally, it reached this point where suddenly, or like over the process of like a few minutes, wow. Digital gaming take a lot more risks, hit every leaf tabletop, one bad hand and everyone can lose, and you need to play much safer. Yeah, I imagine it's very different than the actual like virtual game. Really good co-op, very knife edge between death and win. Something with that game at a con, so many cards to keep track of. Yeah, that's a good point too. What was the duration though, would you say? Anyways, so it finally like starts happening slowly where I like first I just kind of feel like warmer than usual. Streamers be getting younger. I've been, I'm 26. I feel old. I don't know, I feel ancient. But yeah, I felt like warmer and slightly like there's some sort of like internal distortion of like my perception of like what is happening. So, 1 to 2 probably depends on how high the ascension level is. Okay, yeah, so that's way too long for a con. Yeah, so I was right in my call of like it sounds like it's too long. But yeah, so like first experience was just feeling like a little bit warmer, a little bit like I could tell something was happening, but there wasn't it wasn't like an emotion, and like it was harder, it was less intense than how being drunk feels. Being drunk is like a very heavy like almost like a wait sort of sensation. Or you can all down the first league that only takes 20 minutes. Well, yeah, there you go. Thought you were 22. Yeah, you're tiny, fool. You're just an itty bitty, tiny little Circa Kuga. You're small. Anyways, whereas yeah, being high was not like a heavy weight. It was more light and like soft. I think the way Hanu described it was like your brain being wrapped in a warm blanket. And I guess it was sort of like that for me, but it still wasn't like a super powerful sensation. I could just tell, like I just felt a distinct like warmth throughout my whole body. Like I was aware that like I already know that I produce a lot of body heat, but like I was suddenly like far more aware that like wow, I'm just really hot. Make a night of it. Yeah, I'd be interested in learning that. I just played Arcs earlier today. That's why the stream title is what it is. I want to talk about that. That's rightful, and don't you forget it. I'll bite you. But yeah, so then this was Riot, Pendles, Hanu and I. We all sat down on the couch in the living room and we put on Judge Dredd, which is just like the Raid, but worse. And maybe it was because I was really high, or maybe it's just because I think I would have the same relationship with this movie completely sober, honestly, because I don't remember. I would have to watch it sober to find out. But Judge Dredd is just a really bad movie that I find like incredibly funny, because apparently, and Hanu informed me of this like after. I guess I must be a judge. Hanu informed me of this afterwards, but like apparently in the comic, apparently he's from a comic. I don't know anything about Judge Dredd. He's from a comic, and the way he's drawn in the comic is he has like the craziest fucking like super deep pouty face. But for whatever reason, I guess to try and be like lore accurate, they have the fucking actor who's playing it try to like do that in every scene. And maybe it had to be like the drugs, or maybe if I watched it again sober, I would still find that like it fucking killed me, dude. I was giggling out of my fucking mind because every single time this dude is on screen, he is visibly like straining his entire face as hard as he can to make like the biggest pout, and it just looks ridiculous. And then he tries to deliver fucking lines while he's doing that with his face, and like again, I don't know who could do this, but you can tell that he's like straining really fucking hard. And I just found that like every single scene, there's no worries, Simu. It's not a big deal. Like it's just people hanging out. It's not an event. It's just people hanging out. It's not a big deal. Don't get too in your head about it. It's just people vibing. But yeah, it is a really funny movie. There were like multiple times where like somebody says something, and then if you're like paying attention, you could be like, here, what is the cheesiest one-liner you could say like after, like in this moment? And there were a couple times where I predicted it, where like okay, I think I remember what it is. It's like like somebody's like, this place is like a meat grinder for people. And then like as after he says that line, there's a pause, and me sitting on the couch high, I'm like, people go in, meat comes out, and then he fucking says that like word for word, and I just fucking like start wheezing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, this movie is so it's so fucking funny. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. The 1995 one was Stallone, or the remake in 2012? You'd have to ask Hanu. But we watched was it called Judge Dredd, or was it just called Dredd? I don't know. I think it was the newer one. I've only seen one movie, and it was that one. Watch The Room. Oh god, I don't even know if I can make it through The Room. I've tried to watch The Room before, and I like could not make it through. The remake is just Dredd, I think. Yeah, I think that was the one we watched. Either way, it was just Dredd. It was really funny. Um, the most novel experience that like was genuinely, I'm like, this is what I was hoping to get from being high, was I was sitting directly next to Hanu on the couch, and I've known Hanu for a while. uh we're friends, maybe even good friends. uh uh we've been to a lot of cons together, and I distinctly remember, hi Lucernic. um I did not say Judge Judy. What is Judge Judy? I don't remember what that is. That rings a bell though. But so we've been to a lot of cons together, and I distinctly remember, I don't remember which con it was. Was it BLFC, Hanu? I don't remember which con it was. So there was a con where I think it was Flay. Was it or was it who threw, it was someone's blanket party. It was like a cuddle blanket party. Was it Kuga's room? Was it Lysek's room? I don't. Lysek was there. Kuga was there. I don't remember whose room party it was. And it doesn't matter. I'm in a like blanket, like comfy, there's pillows and blankets everywhere room party. Hanu is in their partial, like wearing Hanu. And we're sitting in a corner, and I am just like I'm petting Hanu. And that's a distinct memory. Like the room was like lit with a very soft glow because there were basically no lights on, and it was just like the TV had some like old was it, I don't think that was one where that had like they were playing like an old set of something. It just had like cozy music on. And there was like some sort of like just the like glow of the TV, and I remember it being like pink-ish. And I'm petting Hanu, and there's the glow of the TV. And so when we're sitting on the couch, and I'm like, I have achieved being high for the first time. I look down at like the floor, and like I have really long hair, so my hair's hanging in front of my face, and like this suddenly like teleports me into this memory very powerfully, to the point that I lose like my entire perception of like the current space that I'm in, and I am now just bam, I am at this room party sitting next to Hanu, fucking petting them. And then like I linger there for like a few moments, and then I like look back up and realize like, oh, I'm sitting on a couch in the living room watching a movie, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, like that was cool as fuck, because that's like, again, I'm not somebody who has like a drinking habit or a weed habit or any sort of any substance anything habit other than fucking like antihistamines, because fuck you, fucking plants that are making pollen right now, making me sneeze all the time. So I'm always looking for like novel experiences with these sorts of things. So that was like the big highlight for me. I was like, oh, this is really fucking cool. And I like tried to explain it to people. Addicted to Gar streams, hell yeah, that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, we were watching the movie, and I don't know how well I was describing it, but I like tried to describe to people like while we were watching. I was like, holy shit, I have the ability to teleport through time back to this memory, and it was pretty cool. The only other like really notable thing was because I was feeling so hot the whole time, I was like, I could really go for like some water. And Riot got me like a big cup full of water from the fridge, because we have like a little a water jug purifier thing. And drinking cold water when I was feeling really hot felt incredibly strange. Like I felt like I could feel the water going through me, and it was a very, very, yeah, hell yeah, Fo. It was a very, very strange sensation. Not pleasant. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was very weird. Fo, do you want me to tell you my goofy fucking water pitcher story? So you can taste cold. Yeah, it was very strange. It was a weird sensation. But unfortunately, I doubt that I'm gonna end up being high again for a long time or whatever, because if it takes 20 fucking milligrams to get there, that's like a fucking investment. It's like, because I have some friends who like can get there off of like 2.5 or whatever, and I'm like, I have to take like almost 10x that to like feel anything. That's pretty lame. Tobias, what's up? How are you doing? But yeah, so let me tell you the water pitcher story. How was the con? Oh boy, I rambled about that a bunch on what was it? Tuesday last week. It's still definitely cheaper than alcohol. That's true. Alcohol is fucking psycho expensive. Also, I feel like I have to consume way more alcohol unless it's like really hard liquor, and it all just fucking tastes horrible. Drinking alcohol that tastes palatable to me and also has enough alcohol in it to get me even tipsy is like still not something that I feel like I've like gotten to figure out. Because in order for it to be strong enough to do anything for me, it has to have a ton of alcohol in it, which is going to make it taste horrible, and I don't like it. So my options are either don't drink at all or like do shots, because like passively drinking something that has like 5% or whatever is like not, I don't know, it feels weird. How was the con? Con was really cool. The TLDR is BDSM nightclub. That was a highlight. Got to play my favorite board game. I won. I've tried Malort, the strange botanical for two-fisted drinkers. Yeah, Malort's bad. I've done Malort shots stream. Maybe we'll do another one sometime. Running my table was really cool, but I'm looking forward to not having to do that every single day at FWA, because holy shit, it's exhausting, and you miss out on getting to hang out with people. If Long Islands don't fit that niche, yeah, no, Long Islands taste bad. Your setup looked nice. Thank you. I'm really proud of how far I've come with my Artist Alley table, and it's gonna keep getting better and better. But yeah, my water pitcher story. So when I first moved in to this house, one of the things my parents did for me is they got me a like Brita water filter pitcher thing. And it was already filled up and in the fridge when I like first showed up with all my stuff, because I was moving from Maryland at the time. It was already full of water and in the fridge. And I remember like drinking from it, and it's the kind where it's got like a lid with like a flexible like top divot that you can just run water over, and it'll like bend down a bit and the water goes inside, so you don't have to actually like take off the whole lid of the pitcher. So I drank from it and I was just like, this tastes bad. But maybe that's just like, I'm like, I haven't drank water out of like a filtered thing before, and I know that sometimes you're supposed to like run water through the filter a few times before you drink from it anyway. So I was like, maybe it's like the charcoal or something, like I don't know. But I was like, this tastes bad. Drank from it a bit, mostly just kind of forgot about it because I was used to just like drinking from this thing, and then eventually I drink from it a few more times, fill it up a few more times, and like each time that like I basically stopped using it entirely, because I'm like, why does this, I'm like, this just tastes really bad. I guess maybe I'm like, maybe I just don't like filtered water or whatever. So at some point I'm like gonna have company over or whatever, and I'm like, well, I want them to have the option to like have filtered water if they want it. So I guess I'll just like rinse it out and try running water through it more and see if it like tastes better. So I like opened the lid up, and I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, oh. I had made the mistake of trusting that my parents had like basic functioning adult brains, which again, based off of like what I know about my parents, I should not have assumed this at all. That's my bad. I open up the fucking lid, and inside there are what would have been a booklet of paper instructions, which is now instruction soup, and the filter is in the filter slot, still wrapped in plastic, like still sealed. So what they did is they took this out of whatever box that they got it from and went, cool, I fill it with water, put it in the fridge, and like they like never opened it, never like did anything. They just took it out of the box, filled it with water, put it in the fridge. The reason the water was tasting bad is because A, it was not being filtered, or I guess it was being filtered. It was being filtered through the instruction pamphlet. So that was why it tasted weird and bad. But yeah, I guess shame on me for assuming that if you were to gift a water pitcher, a filter pitcher to somebody and put it in their fridge full of water, that you would have, you know, set it up, maybe. But I guess not. That again, that's my bad. You know what they say when you assume, you make an ass out of your water pitcher and me. But yeah, anyways, on to the actual topic that I have listed in my stream title. What makes a board game good? So if you do not know, cool new Gar facts for you. Did not know, I'm a pretty big board game fan. I'm something of a known board game enjoyer. I like board games. I like card games. I like tabletop. I like role playing. Like that sort of stuff. I find it interesting. I find it engaging. Playing online is pretty fun, especially because there's a lot of scripting in stuff like tabletop sim that makes a lot of games possible, and a lot of games that are possible with physical pieces a lot snappier, and you like save a lot of time because you can just be like, oh, instead of having to shuffle 5 billion cards and put 8 billion pieces everywhere, you just click a button and bam, that's done instantly, and now like minutes of overhead are vanished and you can just focus on playing the game, which is cool. But part of my interest is like, I like the tactile, there's a bunch of fucking fiddly pieces and cards and those are all everywhere. I do like those a lot. Hell yeah, Simu, appreciate that. I have a whole ramble about my fucking OC. Maybe I put a pin in rambling about my OC. Somebody remind me about that when I'm done with board games. Originally on board and knocking over half the setup in the process. This is a beautiful tool. I don't think I've played any board games with people that are drunk. I feel like my interests in board games tend towards, so if you've never used the website, is it Board Game Geek? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. They divide, what are I'm quoting things. Floor 10 Red Dragon Inn. Yeah, God, that was so good, dude. That was like before any of us like knew Onko personally. And we just got to hear them fucking like voice acting their heart out, playing their fucking wizard. God, that show was so good. Yeah, so Board Game Geek rates things between they have like a complexity rating where it's like depth, and there's like another, what are the two words? It's like there's like two things that they rate stuff on. Did they simplify it? I thought it was two things, and now it's just this number. Oh, I thought it used to be like depth and complexity or some fucking rating system. Good board games are too complicated to play when drunk. Yeah, true. Crokinole is not a board game that needs you to be sober, because it doesn't really have any rules, or any rules that like you can't remember while drunk. I've never played Crokinole, but Crokinole falls into the category of like kinesthetic trick games, where you're like flicking something or stacking things and stuff like that, and those are like okay, but that usually falls outside of my realm of interest. Mostly because I like things to be like as accessible. What about D&D? D&D, people usually refer to like, so I've heard people call D&D tabletop role playing, but then that usually they cut out the word role playing and they just refer to it as tabletop. So yeah, D&D is cool. Haven't played D&D in a long time because it requires you to have a lot of free time, a lot of people that you can meet with consistently, and you have to have like good rapport, and there's so much overhead. I the last time I tried it was in college, and I just had a bad time, because like if you have if the like dedication is to the tabletop role playing game is too varied between the players in the group, I feel like it falls apart really easily. If some people are there to be like, I'm here out of social obligation, but I'm actually going to be like alt tabbed doing other shit all the time and never be paying attention, versus somebody who's like, I wrote out a fucking 50-page essay about my OC's backstory and how they tie into the world, and I hope the DM has 5 billion hours of like prepared content because I'm going to be asking infinity questions and I'm going to be like role playing my character to a T and all this stuff like that. Like that disparity is part of what like got me away from it, but I'm hoping to be involved in one of my friends like tabletop things soon. The last taste of it I got was like my friend Riot did a one shot of Pathfinder, and I made a cool rat guy who threw bombs, and he ate mushrooms, and he convened with the mushroom god. It was very cool. Storm passed, yay! I'm glad to hear that, Gray. Grays get to live one more time. Short, easy story, and have fun. Yeah, that sounds like that's a very good strategy, Elfcard. I've had people talk to me about that before. What about Cards Against Humanity? I'm not super into Cards Against Humanity. That's the kind of board game that I would pretty much just opt out of immediately. For me personally, my interest in board games tends towards ones that are significantly more complex with significant more depth. So the way that I tend to describe the river is the largest I've ever seen it. You should take pictures. Was naming an event in my community with people broke down a literal fighting within 2 days. So I hear husband and wife throw shade at each other. Yeah, that's that shit sucks. I look forward to seeing it, Gray. What the fuck was I just saying? Oh yeah, so the way that I tend to look at board games is like two things. You've got complexity and you've got depth. So complexity I like to think of as like a horizontal scale of like how many different distinct things are there going on that you have to keep track of. So like if there's only like what's a game, like for example, Uno does not have a lot of complexity because like there's only the like cards in your hand. There's no like board or anything going on. There's no like meta game. It's just like you have the cards, they do what they do. That's it. Whereas like Scythe is a game that has a lot of complexity because you've got like all these different things going on your personal player board, and then there's stuff going on like the actual board, and then there's a bunch of different options you can have for each turn, and all these like, and each turn affects the next turn, and you can affect other players, and there's like all of that. So like I consider like that's like horizontal type scale. As complexity is like how many different things are going on at the same time. And then depth I would consider as a more like vertical scale. Like, so you pick one of these categories of like, okay, here is this game mechanic. How deep does this specific game mechanic go? Are there a bunch of different things that can happen with this one specific mechanic? So for example, I think I would say like Hanabi, if you guys know what that board game is. I don't think it has a lot of complexity, but I think it has a lot of depth, where like the rules are really simple and you can teach it pretty easily, but like the depth of the game of like how deep it can get is like crazy. Tak is another game that I like, the 2-player strategy game. That game has not a lot of complexity, but a lot of depth. I tend to enjoy games that have a pretty significant amount of complexity and depth. Cards Against Humanity, I feel like, is a good example of a game that I would rate as like a very low on both complexity and depth, just because like it is just kind of what you can do in a turn is like either like you're doing the category, you're playing the card, and there's not like extra mechanics being tied in. It's just the cards. What about Risk? Risk, I would say it's definitely higher, but it's still like really low on the scales as far as I'm concerned, because like there's more stuff going on in the rules, but there's still so much of that game is just move stuff, roll dice. There's not like there's some strategy involved. So it's definitely not like Go Fish or whatever. It's not like complete zero, but it's also not like there's a lot that you just can't control because it's going to be taken up by dice or where you started on the board or whatever. I've never heard of that one, BSJ. But yeah, anyways, I've never heard of that one either, Fo. But anyways, what makes a board game good? I don't think a board game has to have complexity or depth to be good, but I feel like what makes a board game good is entirely subjective. And I find it really intriguing when some people try and present stuff about board games as like because there are some things that I think you can argue are like objectively better designs or better flows through a game, but I do feel like a large chunk of it is subjective. Is one of the most important strategic regions on the Risk board. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've not really played much Risk. But yeah, so for example, a game that I would describe as not a board game I would consider like good anymore is like Catan. Catan was one of the, I think it's a great entry point into board games because it has just enough complexity and just enough depth to like it makes a good stepping off point from the people who've like only played Go Fish or Cards Against Humanity or whatever, stuff like that. Like I think Catan is a good first step on a board game journey, but it's also like Catan falters in that a lot of the game's momentum is decided super early on. A lot of the game's momentum is exclusively dictated through dice rolls, and again, like early turn order impacts massive parts, like lengths of the game. Hell yeah, Fo. Catan, Killer of Friendships, is it? I feel like it didn't take me many times of playing Catan to realize that I'm like, this is just I think once I started playing a bunch of other board games, I'm like, oh, Catan's just not a very well designed board game. Monopoly and Cards Against Humanity, yeah. Monopoly is an interesting one. I could talk about Monopoly, but for example, personally, I think if you are looking for the same like sensation of Catan, but you want a game that's just designed to give you more personal control over like what your options are, that lets you tinker with more things rather than just the roll the dice and then spend your resources. I think Castles of Tuscany makes for a really strong Catan replacement. I think Machi Koro is like a something that has like some of the same DNA, but like just feels like a more tightly designed system. Monopoly is an interesting one. Monopoly, it falls victim again to like the reasons why I don't like Monopoly is it once again falls victim to the like there aren't enough elements of complexity. Like Monopoly has some elements of complexity. It doesn't have much depth at all, but it has some elements of complexity, but most of the elements of complexity are based off of RNG. And like I don't generally lean into games where it's like your dice rolls are going to strongly determine your ability to influence core elements of the game. I much prefer when there's like a lot of meaty, like strong decisions you can make as you progress through stuff. Count of Tuscany, a good song. I could say any random collection of words, Gray, and you'd be like, oh yeah, this band, that's my favorite song on their SoundCloud. I'm one of their 2 monthly listeners. A little bit less for interesting mechanics and more into games to give you a fun way to interact with your friends, which is why I like Betrayal so much. Rules are complex and there are loopholes all over. We can come up with house rules on the spot if you're in the right sort of group. Coming up with house rules on the spot if you're in the right sort of group is just a strong thing in any sort of gaming group. Other than training Malfoy, is almost just auto run on dice rolls. Yeah, true. When the hunt starts in 5, ominous counters appear around someone. Yeah. Betrayal at House on the Hill is a game that I think is okay. There are some strong haunts, but unfortunately, I think that game also. Mostly, I'm talking about the expansion. Expansion, Widow's Walk or something like that. Witches, whatever it is. Expansion has a lot more misses. The main game has some misses, but it's mostly hits. But that game, your experience playing that game varies dramatically based on which haunt you get. It's getting ready to boo you really hard. Yeah, Misty. Hi, Misty. Misty is someone I've played a lot of board games with. Misty represents. Yeah, let's talk about board game. Yeah, the X-Pack's not too great, way too convoluted. I just feel like I don't think that it's that they're too complicated. I think it's that they're under play tested. I'm fine with having a haunt that has complicated stuff, but for the most part, all of the ones in the X-Pack that I've gotten to play, it's just like either the like bad guy or bad guy group wins instantly, or the good guy group wins instantly, and it's like just not good. I'm way more a reactive gamer than a proactive gamer, so setting up plans and stuff is a serious weak point. That is a valid thing. That there are very much board games for you. I would not get discouraged. Garyu themed board game, you would get granola bars and main pets. You'd collect those. Items, rooms and stuff, just not the haunts. Yeah, agreed. But let's talk about like board game player archetypes. So we'll start with the thinker archetype, which is where Misty goes, where it's unless you set up a turn timer that like shuts their shit down within like 45 seconds or whatever, the thinker archetype is going to be like, how much of the information that I'm presented with can I consistently leverage towards future strategic moves? And sometimes this amount of information is limited enough that this like archetype of player can still make like snappy decisions, because it's like you've got one or two things that's it, that no matter what else you try and plan ahead, it's all completely out of your control. But if you get this person into like a situation where it's like, oh, theoretically there is a perfect play to be made here, but in order to make this perfect play, you're going to have to absorb like 15 spreadsheets worth of information and like plot all the graphs and like create your internal diagram of like, here's the current board state, here's the likely board state within a few turns, here's the best probability of this action, this is the play I should make. But the problem is, in games that get to like high levels of complexity, unless you're a fucking like supercomputer or like incredibly familiar with the game, this just turns into really unsatisfying turn paralysis, or decision paralysis rather, where you're just like, to make a strong decision here, I want to be informed, but to be informed is to sit here and like grind my fucking gears looking at like a fuck ton of different spots and trying to maintain all of that in my like current mental RAM and not drop off any of the information while I'm processing the new shit, and then like collate all of that data at like once and then be like, okay, this is the thing I need to do. And that can be really satisfying if it is in the realm of like, you can hold all these things in your mind and make a pretty good decision pretty quickly. And it's still like tactile and there's a flow. But once it gets to like a certain level of complexity, then it just like shuts down. And I feel like, from my experience, I can talk to my experience playing with Misty. I feel like Dominion is a good spot to put your Misty player. Hi, Fluxy. Where it's like, there is shit you can plan out. There is a significant amount of like complexity and possibilities and like probabilities you can think about of like, oh, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? But there's not too much, and there's enough that you can't influence, that it's like there's good stuff to chew on, but then like you can stop, and then it's just like perfect. Nardo friend, Wagon actually, Yeah, but if you, for example, put Misty into Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy or Twilight Imperium or Arcs, steam comes out of the maned wolf ears, and they make the really annoying like husky scream where they're like laying on the floor groaning. I've never heard of any of these games. We can change that, Gray. We can change that. You lost me after Monopoly. Dilemma me, my face inverts and steam comes out of my ear. Yeah. So you've got the thinker. Then you've got the the archetype that I find the worst that I've had at multiple of my tables, especially at furry conventions, which is the I just want to be friends with this group of people, but I don't give a fuck about what's going on. Really dislike this archetype. It's the kind of person who you can be like, if you don't want to play, like, we can play with -1 player. Like, we can play with 3 players. It's a playable game. You can just watch. You can like be on your phone. No. I want to play. No, I want to play. I want to play. And you're like, okay, but the way that you are constantly making horrible decisions or constantly being like, so what are we? Who are we? What am I doing? Oh, is it my turn? Oh, sorry. So what do you do again? Just never having any idea what's going on. Looking like really frustrated anytime that the consequences of the bad decisions that they've made come about and they get somehow penalized in the game because they lose a territory or someone takes one of their cards because of whatever. They like go like, oh yeah, of course, wow, this is such a fun game, but yeah, like that's an archetype that I fucking hate. I've had that happen so many times where it's like, oh, this is a social space with people who I want to get closer to. I want to be in this group. I want to bond with these people. But I'm not socially aware enough to understand that like my participation in this as a party who is not interested and who is not going to force themselves to be interested or whatever is going to make it worse for everybody. And I'm just going to selfishly be like, I'm not going to do any of the like emotional critical thinking to like make this realization. I'm just going to make this objectively worse for everybody involved. And then when it's over, go like, no, yeah, that was great. I had a great time. Would love to do that again. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Core. What's up? Core saying hi from YouTube. Wants to be included, doesn't do the thing, doesn't want to be the reason plans change. Yeah, that's an archetype that I at this point I'm jaded enough that I'm very close. I'm probably within encountering that a couple more times. I'm very close to just forcing them out, of just being like, sorry, you are not paying enough attention. I don't want to play with you. Just you are out. Ticked the hung out box. Yeah, I fucking hate that, dude. I had that at fucking BLFC last year. I was teaching arcs and somebody came over to play, and they brought their partner with them, and their partner was in a fursuit, like holding their fursuit head to like sit down. And I was like teaching the rules and they're sitting on the side the whole time. And then like once we got set up to start playing, the person who was actually interested like gestures at their partner. They're like, scoot in closer, like you're this color. And I'm like, or did you want to play with us? And they're just like, yeah, I'd love to play. But they're like fucking like deadpan basically like the whole time. You have to wait here for a bit. Yeah, no worries. And like they kept just, oh my god, it was fucking miserable. Like they kept doing the like, so what do you do? Huh? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. And then they would like throw. They would just like do something that's just like a complete throw, and I'm just like, actually, that's really bad for you. Like you've done the exact opposite of the thing that you're trying to do. But sure. and then like somebody would blow all of their shit up because they did that, and they're just like, wow, this game, they'd like be super passive aggressive and shitty. They'd just be like, wow, this game's really fun, huh? And I'm just like, dude, like, fuck off. Hi, Gusly. Hello. One of my mods give Gusly a shout out. You guys should go check out their shit. What a cool artist. They were my table mate at TFF. Gusly, I'm currently rambling about board game stuff and the archetype of players. I was talking about the archetype of, I don't know if you're much of a board game player, but I was talking about the archetype of the person who like wants to be involved in like, oh, we're doing like a social event and my friends are there, I want to be involved, but is also like desperately understimulated and like just not interested at all. So they completely space out or like on their phone during the entire rules explanation, but then go like, no, yeah, I do want to play. And then it like gets to their turn and they're still on their phone. You're like, hey man, it's your turn. And they're like, oh yeah, so what do I do again? Okay. And then they like play something and it's just like a complete throw. Like it's just really bad. And you're like, yeah, that's actually like not, you don't want to do that. You want to, you're trying to get this thing, and the thing you just did doesn't do that. And they're like, oh, okay, so what am I supposed to do? And you like try and help them, and then inevitably the consequences of them like making bad plays comes around, and somebody comes and like blows up their shit or like takes their resources or like whatever the game is. They like somehow somebody interacts with them and like penalizes them for the bad plays that they've made, and then they just hit you with the like, oh wow, oh you just get to do that, okay, wow, yeah, this is a fun game, wow, this is so having so much fun. Like I had somebody who was literally being that passive aggressive at fucking BLFC last year, and it was making me so mad. I'm like, why are you here, bro? Like, you could just not be here. Like, we are at a furry convention. This was at a furry convention. I'm like, we are at a furry convention. There is so much other shit you could go do. And I like, nobody is forcing you to be here. You like, just go have fun somewhere. Like, why are you sitting yourself down just to be like, no, actually, but it's one of those things where it's like, somehow they've mixed it up in their head that they're like, actually, this is honorable of me. I'm gaining brownie points with these people by sacrificing my personal satisfaction and happiness to take one for the team and do something that you guys like, even if I don't like it. Woe is me, but I'm such a selfless, good person that I'll sacrifice having fun, parentheses, and whinge and complain and be passive aggressive the whole time. But I'll make that sacrifice for you guys so that you guys, so we can do something that you guys like. I'm like, it's not this like honorable sacrifice that you're making. Actually, you're just making it suck for like you are making it worse. You're not gaining any brownie points for like, oh, you did a thing that we like. Like you have just made it worse. Yeah, exactly, Gusly. Like it's the people who you're just like, you don't have to play, you can just watch, but then they feel like, oh well, to say that I just want to watch would be a social faux pas, and I'd feel FOMO, like I was getting excluded. So they're like, no, I want to play, and it's like, okay, but let's be real, you don't want to play. Hi Sharkloaf, how are you? Manual needs to be a YouTube video of Subway Surfer. See, no, I think you can teach a game in interesting ways. I think one of the most important things about being a good board game session host is being competent at teaching your game. Yeah, Gusly, it was a fucking mess. I think it's really important to drill at least like a few times with yourself, like run through your, like even fucking write it down, have some sort of pre-planned script of like, what are the points you need to hit to teach the rules of this game? What is your route that you're going to traverse to go through these various points? And like, what things do you need to emphasize? Because like something that like I think is really important where you're teaching the rules of a board game is like you should emphasize the things that are really important. And like it's one thing to just like go rote verbatim with the rule book and be like, here's this rule, here's that rule, here's this rule, here's that rule, and you can just like drone on about blah 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 blah, just which things you have to do, blah blah blah. But like you should always like make a point of like this is like this thing's really cool, or like this is the one that's like actually really important. So Board Game Talk and had to drop by. Yeah, we've been rambling for what fucking like almost an hour. But my favorite way to go and like to start out a board game pitch is you cover the three most important things. Cover the three most important things, which is who are we? How do you win? And why is it fun? I'm literally just stealing this from Shut Up and Sit Down, by the way. Great YouTube channel. You should watch them. It's like they have some video about like the board game pitch or whatever, and like I'm entirely on the same page with how they like to do stuff. But why these three questions turn it from this like terrifying, oh god, I have to fucking like listen to somebody explain a thing, and I want to just do that. I want to pick up the funny pieces and move them around and like do the cool play, have the cool card and play the cool card. Like, I don't want to fucking like sit here and have somebody drone rules at me. So I really think covering those three things first, and like literally saying that in like a meta contextual way really helps people lock stuff in. Yeah, Gusly, that shit fucking blows. I hate that. But I think answering those three questions really important. Who are we? How do you win? Why is it fun? That like immediately gives people something to latch onto, because those are really, really important answers. That like before you explain any rules, if you can give them something to like have as a foundation, that's going to help lock people in, because they're like, okay, you said this interesting tidbit. I'm interested to see like how you do that now. And like once you get that shit going, now you've like got people who will like pay attention to the rest of the shit that you're saying. Here's a goal, here's how we get here. Yeah, so like I always start with the who are we. So if your board game has like a lore blurb and you're into like the sort of like RP aspect, you can be like, oh, we're these dudes, and we're in space, and like there's a war, and then blah 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 blah, and then there's people with the guns, and we gotta go fight them. We're on a team, and we're gonna get these fucking laser rifles, and we're gonna go shoot the aliens or whatever. Like just say who you are and like what you're doing, and like what the like give people some sort of idea of like what are we simulating here? What's going on? How do you win? That's going to like give people like some sort of baseline direction of like, okay, in this game you're acquiring victory points and you get those by doing whatever, or like, okay, in this game we're trying to move across the board, and like you have to get to the finish line over here. You could move faster by playing these cards, and you roll these dice, or like give people the like basics of what is the like overall, this is the thing that makes you win. And then the why is it fun? Giving personal anecdotes of like, I really like this game because this experience, specific thing that happened, or I really like this game because part of every turn is you do this mechanic, or you have to make this choice, or you have to cooperate with each other to like figure out how to solve XYZ problem or whatever. And like once you've established all of that before you've even like gone into the rules, it feels like there's so much more likelihood that people are going to be with you and like kind of on the same page, and you can now progress to actually teaching stuff. Have you guys taught a lot of board games before, or are you guys board game enjoyers? Are you what tier of board game MMR are you at? What's your board game elo? What's your rank? Are you a board game god gamer? Are you a noob? What's your preference? Always do my best to listen to the rules and ask questions. Yeah. That's like the basics of being like a nice board game player. Just taught one today. So did I. I taught ARCs to a couple people earlier today. DKG in the server and Auten. We played ARCs. I won. It was cool. Had a fun time. Still want to play that game, and it's got like multiple ways to play it. There's like a more advanced version that has more stuff going on. I've still not gotten to play the more advanced version, so I really want to do that. Your partner's max board games, I'm like a 5 out of 10. What's the most complicated, fucked up, psycho, insane shit board game you've ever played, Venbred? And anybody else too. Tell me what's the like, this was like insane. Yeah, give me the range. Give me three. Give me this board game was so fucking insane, and maybe you can say if it was too much for you, if it was like too long, or I didn't like this bit. This board game was really good, and this is my like, this is the kind of board game I like. And this board game is just like too easy or too simple, or like I just don't like it. What's your three tiers? The World of Warcraft board game, is that your like, it's too fucking, it's fucking psycho? Skyrim? Is there a Skyrim board game? I heard the Dark Souls one was hard. I own the Dark Souls one, it's in the other room. Dark Souls board game has problems. I could ramble about that. It's got issues. Geez, I don't remember the name of it, but my smooth brain couldn't comprehend. You can describe it. We have enough nerds in here that we might be able to suss it out for you, Venbred, if you remember what was going on. Yeah, the Psycho board game. Also, Bloodborne. Bloodborne has a card game. I've not played the Bloodborne card game, but I have played I own and I've played the Dark Souls board game, and it's fun, but it definitely has, you need to tweak some of the rules because otherwise the balance is a bit goofy. It's 6 hours long on the short end. What the fuck do you do in the Skyrim board game? What kind of board game is it, Lucernic? Wingspan is your favorite game. Oh, you fucker. God, Wingspan is a poison spread too far. Too many have fallen in the face of fucking Wingspan. Any social deduction game is my bane. Yeah, though I'm not a big fan of social deduction either. Any game where the like one of the things you do is you lie to your friends specifically is rough for me. Like there are a few that like do it okay, like Dead of Winter, The Thing board game, Nemesis. Those are like okay, but like ones that like really like you're just lying the whole time, I'm not super big on that. Put Terraforming Mars on a good level. I like that. I like Terraforming Mars. Red Dragon Inn, a little too simple. I can get behind that. It definitely is more for like party style things. It's definitely not something I'd always go back to because it doesn't have like enough meat on the bone for me. And level 7 a little too complex. If I remember, I've never heard of level 7. What do you do in level 7? Put buckets on everyone's head. You walk around and do quests. It's remarkably similar to real Skyrim. How do you win? What is the end state of the Skyrim board game? Is it competitive? Is it single player? Is it multiplayer? Also, now I kind of wish I still knew where all my stuff for Nordgard was. What's Nordgard? Is that also a board game? When are we getting Trackmania board game? We could play Mealborn. That game's about driving. It's a card game about driving. We could play Mealborn. Like in an Area 51 base while aliens trying to kill you and you have to complete quests and escape. Hell yeah. Pull a card to Nosebug. Yeah. Pull a card. Listen, when are we playing Gray? When are we playing the Ocarina of Time speedrun glitches board game? When are you gonna play horse pushy card? It's multiplayer, but you all kind of do your own thing. What is the win condition, Lucernic? How does that end? Mealborn is a classic. Yeah, we could play that with Gray. That's a driving game. It's a card and RP game kind of, or travel map, very advanced. There is below of art by Blotch. Whoa, that's cool. Nordgard made me a furry. Wow. Okay, deep lore, deep cut lore. Tell me about that. Don't have enough stamina to weird shot. As well as the first book, maybe somewhere buried. Hell yeah. Never realized you were a huge board game fan. Oh, Sharkloaf, I would love to play something with you sometime. Did you take the tabletop role in my server? All of the channels in the Discord server are hidden by default unless you opt into the role in the roles channel. Yeah, no, Sharkloaf, I fucking love board games, dude. Root is another good furry board game. So I've read the rules, I've watched a bunch of reviews, and I've watched a couple playthroughs. I've never played Root. I don't own it. I've never even played it on Tabletop Sim or in person. but it's made by Letter Games, who are the people who made Arcs. I've not played it yet because, from my understanding, Root is best similar to Arcs. Honestly, I feel like it's just a Letter Games trope. That's the game developers for it. Where it's the kind of game where it's best played with everybody on the same experience level, so like a full table of brand new players. Because what I understand, which and Arcs also falls a little victim to this, is that experience shifts the balance dramatically, where it's like if one player has played before or multiple times before and everyone else hasn't, that player is going to have a significant advantage. Excavation Earth, I've not heard of that. What did you have to do, Venbred? Also, Venbred, what's a board game that you like? What is the like, this is a good board game to feed your stripey orange Vernid? What is the Venbred approved board game? Thought Nickel was really cute. Yeah, Locker, Shove Lucernic in. Game I taught today was Role Player. What's that about? What kind of game is it? The one time I got to play Nordgar was accidentally played on hard mode. Damn. Did you win? How do you what do you do in that game? Do you get to pet cute furries? Terra Mystica is Catan but good. I've heard of that one. Yeah, my Catan but good is Castles of Tuscany. But yeah, Catan but good is a good pitch to me because I like the things that Catan's trying to do. It just doesn't like execute on them pretty well. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Betrayal is I would put it solidly mid tier for me. Not like mid as in bad. Mid as in like I think it's fun. But it's not like perfect. It's not my every time game. Between a sled dog getting across a map, I think transporting stuff, that sounds sick as fuck. Okay. That's a very good pitch. If you gamified rolling Dungeons and Dragons character, interesting. That's pretty cool. Dominion, it's a deck building game. Venbred, do you see who you're talking to, Venbred? Of course I know what Dominion is. Have you played any of the expansions or just base Dominion? I've played a fuck ass load of Dominion and like all of the expansions, so I could ramble about that forever. Very good. Definitely easier to play online than it is in person, because in person there's so much shuffling. So much shuffling. Your partner has them all. Dude, Venbred, when am I coming over, dude? When am I coming? Yeah, you and I can be friends later. When do I get to meet your partner? Go fucking 3D print things, nerd. We're gonna go play board games. You need to introduce me. Fuck yeah, dude, let's go. Let's go. I'm so down. Waiting on my Kickstarter game called Night Shift. You play as a stripper and compete with other strippers to make as much money as you can. Fuck yeah, that's based as fuck. That's so great. How about the Forbidden franchise? I've not heard of the Forbidden franchise. Map is made up of cards, and hard modes leave the entire map face down until you choose to move, whereupon you can walk into all the traps. Damn. Fuck yeah. Sick. Venbred, I can't wait to bully you into fucking board games. I one of my favorite things to do is play board games with people. I love doing that. But it's hard because like unless somebody already has been shown that like board games can be cool, I feel like it's very common for people to like have their board game flavors kind of sullied because like they play fucking like Monopoly or something as a kid and they're like, that is what a board game is. And I'm like, Monopoly was designed fucking like 3 billion years ago, dude. Like modern board games are designed better. Like that's the same thing as like you played fucking, I don't know, you played the fucking Windows 98 fucking pinball game, and you're just like, damn, that's the peak of video games. That's all that video games do. And it's like, actually they continued developing games after that, and they've gotten a lot better and cooler. And it's sometimes really hard to break people out of that like presumption of like that's what board games are, is you get Monopoly and then that's it. Also designed to be a critique of capitalism and not fun. Yeah, true. Wasn't Monopoly designed specifically to teach for the capitalism? So yeah, true. It's a series of co-op survival games that all have forbidden in the title. It's if I recall, up to 4 players against the game itself. The longer game goes on, more difficult becomes. Okay, I've never heard of those. Is it like card game, board game, mix of both? What's it like, Cyrus? What is your review? Have you played all of them? I need to play more board games. My exposure has been very low. Yeah, I have so many. I'll try and bring some more to con. But I think Tabletop Sim is the best place for a lot of them because like in my opinion, if you're bringing board games to a con, you either have to have people who already know how to play. If you're gonna play something that lasts like 2 hours, if you're bringing something that people don't know how to play, you have to be able to teach it and complete it in 2 hours. Anything that's longer than 2 hours, you either have to have a dedicated group that already knows how to play and has already committed beforehand, or it's not happening. Like trying to do anything that's longer than 2 hours, you're fucked. Nobody has that kind of time at a con. Unless you decide to deliberately make that time. You have to plan it ahead. Yeah, Monopoly, bad. Don't like that game. Not a good game. Played for Vision Desert and Island, a mixture of cards and board. What is your review? How would you rank it? What's your ranking? I think the game that I've played the most, this is why Roll20 is good for even in-person D&D sessions. Roll20 is pretty decent, yeah. I think the game that I end up playing the most, because it has just enough going on again, it's on the lower side of like GAR enjoyable board games. Like Scythe would rank higher. But it's still like decent enough that like you can blue ball your GAR a little bit by playing this board game where it's like it doesn't super satisfy my board game itch, but it's entry level enough that it's really, really fun for people who are like newer to board gaming. Clank is an incredibly good like deck builder, board haver, dungeon delving, loot getting board game that makes for like a good, you are just getting into your board game journey type game. And also you can play it really snappy, like it doesn't have to last long at all. Like you can complete that game like 30-45 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. You can make it longer by playing like the harder versions. You're making Lego bot of set. I don't know what that is, but I hope you're having Legos are cool. I hope you're having fun with your Legos. High tier, but also put Betrayal in high tier. I see. But Pokemon Master Trainer board game. I've not heard of that. Betrayal, the only reason I put Betrayal lower for me is because expansion bad. Don't play the expansion for Betrayal. It just most of the haunts in there suck. And then base game, you have a very good chance of your haunt being cool, but there is a non-zero chance. There are some haunts in the base game that I think are just not fun for new players, or some haunts in the base game that are just not fun, period. You love the expansion too? It's called Widow's Walk or whatever, right? There's a few that are good in the expansion, but there's way too many like fucked up, just not balanced at all Betrayal expansion haunts. All the new rooms are really cool. All the items are really cool. But a lot of the actual haunts are just not balanced at all. Like either the bad guy player or players just immediately dominate, or the survivors immediately dominate. It's like not... There's like once you get to the haunt, it's just bad. I did not realize how difficult it would be to escape the Clang dungeon. Yeah, Lucernic going all the way to the bottom of the dungeon and then going, wait, the dragon is going to eat me, but I have all this loot. A haunt which happens too soon can really kill a run. Yeah, that's true. 3-in-1 Moose Match Mayhem is an S tier. Oh, 3-in-1. All right, those are two ideas. 3-in-1 set. I haven't built Legos in a fucking long ass time, dude. One of the gifts that I got Riot fucking years ago, I think the first like present I ever bought my roommate Riot was a little Lego car. I wonder if they still have that. I should ask Riot what happened to the little Lego car. You know, it's a game that I've only gotten to play like a couple times, but I think is so fucking cool, but it's also on the complexity and like the length of time playing thing, it's just too long for me to get most people behind it. I really like Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter is really fucking cool. It's a zombie apocalypse survival game. And you're like trying to manage a bunch of resources, and you go out and you like explore the world, and you can get weapons, and you can trade, and you fight zombies and story events. Like I think one of the coolest things, that game has like a whole deck of like really cool written out story cards that like mention specific character names or locations. So you'll like do something and then like a story card has happened and like you can draw it and like a really cool thing can happen, or like, oh shit, some like thing got fucked up, and like that shit's so cool because like every time you play there's like new cool stuff that happens. Also, you can play as a dog in the if you're playing the expansion. The Long Night, I think is called the name of the expansion. You can play as a dog. Makes the game better. 10 out of 10. All that being able to play as a dog always makes the game better. You're interested? All right, maybe the next board game I teach is Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter is really cool. I like that game a lot. The only part of that game that can sometimes trip people up that I sometimes I just forcibly, I'm like, all right, this is technically not something you're supposed to do, but I'm just removing this entire mechanic. It's the type of game that you're all trying to cooperate and succeed on a like group goal, and then you also have like personal individual goals that you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes like because there's a certain number of them in the overall like deck of like goals, you can have like people who end up, their goal is they have to become a traitor and like betray the group, and either like your thing can be like make sure this person like gets bitten and like killed, or like explicitly like fucking shoot someone or whatever. Like you can have, or like steal food from the group and like hold on to some amount of like food in your inventory until then. So there's like stuff like that. And I know for people who are not into social deduction, I've had situations where like that stress people out, where they're like, I just want to be cooperative. Like I don't want to do this like player versus player hidden shit. And I think that's neat if you have the right table, but I also still think the game is plenty of fun if you just go like, okay, we're just taking all of the fucking like trader cards entirely out of the deck, and those are not options anymore. Because it does have like built-in systems for deciding to like vote out someone. If you guys think like this person's fucking stealing from our food stock or whatever, you can like vote somebody and like fucking outcast them to like some other part of like the board or whatever. And that is its own whole thing, but I don't think I've gone to play with that as much, because almost unanimously every single time I teach the board game, by the end of me teaching the rules, everybody's like, yeah, I want us all to be on a team. And I'm like, yeah, no, I also kind of want that. So Pokemon Master Trainer would take longer than 2 hours, unfortunately. It doesn't have cool Pokemon art though. Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. It's a real board card game. That sounds like a good one. Furry plus board game talk, count me in. Hell yeah, dude. I love rambling about board games. Just played one earlier today. Aqua Monster. Have you heard about Arcs? Made by Letter Games, the same people who made Root. Personal great, but I'm kind of over apocalyptic zombie settings. Give me some other kind of disaster, like a meteor strike or climate disaster. I can think of several of those. Have you ever played Spirit Island, Lucernic? Spirit Island's fucking sick as fuck, dude. Have you played Spirit Island? Spirit Island, to give you like the basic elevator pitch, is like you are controlling some sort of like ancient god deity sort of force on an island that is currently trying to be like overtaken by like modern fucking like capitalists and like real estate people and like people coming to try and take natural resources from the island. And basically the whole like thing you're trying to do on the game is just fucking like blow those people up with fucking like a plague of locusts, or like calling down fucking like a meteor hailstorm and just fucking blowing up people who are like trying to mine the fucking like iron off of your island or whatever. That shit's really fun. That's pretty good. I've not heard of it, but I've played. You've not just heard of it, I played it and own it. Fuck yeah, Arcs is great. I still haven't gone to play Leaders in Lore mode. I feel like Arcs, from my experience, I've played the game a good handful of times now. I own it. All my cards are double sleeved. They're in double premium sleeves because I keep my shit protected. Hi DK. Heart emoji. DK is one of the people I taught Arcs to earlier. But yeah, I haven't gone to play the Leaders in Lore mode, and I've never played the campaign mode for Arcs, because I feel like you should teach people base game Arcs before you've ever played Leaders in Lore. But I've still not gotten to play it because I've not gotten to like get back to a group that's already played Arcs enough that I feel like, okay, now we can add in like another puzzle piece. Spirit Island, favorite board game, no question. Okay, I've still never gotten to play it, but I've watched a bunch of reviews and I've watched one playthrough of it. Dude, I'm the kind of board game nerd where like I have a collection. I bought a lot of it in like during the pandemic, like in 2020. So a lot of it like I've opened just because I fucking adore the sensation of like, oh my god, new board game. I get to pop all the pieces out and put all the shit in its bags and like look at all the cards and stuff like that. That does a lot for me. If you want to get me hyped, get me a board game and let me fucking open it up. And then putting cards in sleeves and stuff. If it's a board game that I like and I intend on playing it with other people, I fucking sleeve all my shit. Because I wanted to stay like good and not get fucked up. Yeah, so I have like a collection. I have a bunch of stuff that I've not gotten to play. But I like was so enamored with like the thought of getting to play stuff that I would literally like just watch reviews or watch people play through it on YouTube just to be like, oh, I wish I had people to play this board game with. Oh. Yeah, opening new board games. That's like crack. Love that. I've not gotten to do that in a long time, but love that. On the last bag, fellas. All right, how's it going? Are you crushing it? Gary should have been at Megaplex last year. I'm gonna be there this year with you. I'm gonna be at Artist Alley every day. I paid for it. Silver sponsor gift was a whole ass tabletop game based. Sick. Ton of games, still haven't played them all. Problems, I keep playing Spirit Island over and over. I've never played it yet. So I'll have to join the Discord server, Aqua, and then we'll fucking pop that shit up on. Is there a good tabletop sim version of it? Mine's been a bit water damaged, so I'm afraid to open it back up. No, dang it. Meet you there. Only 1 hour drive to Mega for me. Fuck yeah. It's gonna be my first year doing Megaplex. I'm only getting to go courtesy of Foe. I'm really hoping their Artist Alley is in a locked room, or that I can find somebody who's in main hotel so I don't have to lug my shit every day. Because holy shit, Florida, hot. It's gonna be hot. I die. It's like me watching reviews for cars that I will never own. Dude, do you know about the Kittimer watching the mega yacht fucking videos ramble? God, I want to be there for that. Holy shit, I want to be there for watching Kit look at a mega yacht. Legit custom Megaplex version of the game too? Fuck yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, you should sometime, Project. My review on furry cons is that, like most things, they're only as good as the people you're going with. This is an excellent tabletop sim mod for it, one of the best I've seen. Fuck yeah. If it like mods that have like good scripting and shit's like not fucked up, those are the best for tabletop sim. This is the Tremont something quirks and features. Yeah. The what? Kittimer, if you don't know him, lovely guy, bestest maned wolf around, incredibly talented artist and creator, fucking the world's best like machinist and designer. God, their fucking fursuit's so cool. They made all this, like, they have the fucking, like, their fursuit's basically their fursuit is an Evangelion. They get in the pod, they fill it with LCL, but the LCL is Fireball. It's great. You can talk to them about it. Did you know that actually in Evangelion the LCL is actually Fireball? I doubt I'd be able to run it as a result. Well, don't overstuff your. Well, I guess if are you local? I don't know. If you're not local, don't like stuff your luggage with stuff that you're not gonna be able to play. That's the tempting bait. I've done this too many times for cons where I'm like, I'm gonna bring board games and fucking fill my luggage with cool board games, and then no one's gonna play them with me. That explains a lot of Ava's plot. Yeah, right. There you go. There's the lore. Yeah, if you're local, then it's I guess it's not that bad. Time to introduce you to DK so you guys can hang out. Yeah, I can ramble about board games fucking forever, dude. I love board games. Me watching a review of the MB Cloak Peter reviewing play with some players. Each player with 7 players each have a soul type. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Bet. What's another board game that I have? That's pretty cool. Oh, the Darkest Dungeon board game, dude. I've still not gotten to like properly play that because that's another one that's like you have to have you have to troop. You have to have people who will like play because that game's like I don't think you can even play it in one sitting. It's so fucking long. Hi, OMG time to you as well. Should ramble about board games more often. This is nice. Yeah, I can ramble about a lot of stuff. I want to try and make more time for myself to just like talk at you guys and just hang out because God, I could I could start rambling about me stuff specifically, but like I've been really fucking grinding shit out lately, dude. I'm trying so hard to level up my game and like it's fucking tough, and I've been having a really fucking hard time, but I'm trying so fucking hard every day, dude. To you too, Flame. Buenas noches, Byler. CCC. Sorry, I won't. I'll try and stick to English. Yeah. I had a cool day. Did you have a good day? I hope you had a good day. We've been hanging out, rambling. I played board games with people in the Discord server today. I had a fun time. I just like hearing folks ramble about nerdy things. It's great. Yeah. I want to you know what's something I want to do? I want to ramble about like art stuff with people more. I had a talk with a friend earlier today. There's a Not Safe for Work furry art magazine that I was invited to participate in, and I'm working on my piece for it, and I'm struggling because I'm like trying to do something like really, really cool, and it's really hard. And I had a friend who I like sent my work in progress to. Well, I have a few friends that I've sent my work in progress to, but only one of them has like gone back to me. And they were like super thorough. They did like redline some shit, and they sent me fucking like massive text blocks of like, here's what I think about this. Here's what I think about this. I think you could try this and this. And like, it fucking made me cry earlier today because I was just like, this is what I want. I've realized recently that like, something I really lack in my life, even though I'm doing furry art like full time all day, every day. I don't have enough like furry artists that I talk to. I just mostly spend time with people who like don't do art. And it's like something that I've been really realizing that it's like an emotional need that I'm not filling really well. So I'm trying really hard all the time, every day, fucking grinding shit out. And one of the things I've been trying for the past like week or so is I'm trying to make more artist friends and specifically manifest spaces for myself where I can like have these kinds of conversations. Because like this does a lot for me, being able to talk to you guys about like board games and shit. Because like I want to do stuff like this more. Because I feel like somewhere along the way of me being like, you know that fucking meme drawing of the person who's just like, it's like a stick person and they have like all the black scribbles on them. And they're like, I just need to, and then like the like something. I've just been in my chair being like, I just need to get better at art. I just need to get better at art. Like I'm just like being like all of my problems will like resolve. And I've like gotten so sucked into this like, I'm super financially unstable. I'm so exhausted of like having to do so many commissions all the time. I just gotta make enough money that I can give myself enough of a cushion to then start making the shit that I actually want to make. Because like I've run into this problem where I've taken so many commissions on doing stuff that I'm not interested in doing that my entire gallery is representative of stuff that I'm not interested in doing. So nobody knows what I'm interested in doing. So I only get commissioned for stuff that I'm not interested in doing. But to fix that problem, I have to spend unpaid personal time making the art that people won't commission me for because they don't know that I like making it. And like make enough of it that people go, oh, you make this thing, and they start recognizing me for that. But like you need the upfront time for that. But also doing 2D art is a fucking like prison because I need to start pivoting because like it doesn't live as long as 3D art or animation specifically. Animations outlive 2D still images in like the furry like social zeitgeist so much longer. Especially not safe for work ones, especially if they have sound. And I can do that. I can make 3D not safe for work animations with sound. I've done it before, and like I'm absolutely working on more. And it's so much more sustainable because 3D has this workflow that just works so much better than 2D. Because 2D, like you make the one image and it lives its life online, and then it's gone, and that's it. You can't like take a fucking like leg that you drew in a fucking like in one drawing and be like, now that's the leg in the next one. Like it doesn't work like that. But everything with 3D, like every single fucking thing you make, so much of it is modular and reusable for future projects. It's like, oh, you made a cool fucking custom lighting setup, cool, save it as a fucking asset, append it to the next thing, there you go, bam, you have that forever. Oh, you got a cool, like you built a fucking model and you re-topoed it and you put textures on and you rigged all that shit. It's all stuff that I've done. Bam, you have that forever. You can use that for fucking everything in the future. You get like a cool sound pack, you get good sound, bam, you have those. Like so much of that entire workflow is like, so much is reusable, so much is non-destructive. Like, oh, you don't really like the camera angle, fucking pan the camera somewhere else. You want to change something, add it as a modifier. You can fucking toggle it on and off. Whereas 2D art like doesn't have that. it's like, oh, you want to fucking you want to see the back of the character instead of the front. You can't fucking like, there's no hotkey you can hit in fucking your drawing program that like, you just have to erase it and redraw everything. And I do so much research because like I really want to become financially stable as a furry artist and streamer, but I've never been able to make it as a streamer because I don't know, there's lots of reasons. I've not been in the right place at the right time. I'm not interested in making a virtual personality that I wear and I'm like acting every time that I stream. I just want to be me. I'm not interested in chasing nepotism and like creating friendships exclusively for like social ladder climbing and clout. And like, I'm not interested in playing fucking Fortnite. I'm not interested in buying every single new game that's like hype and playing that shit immediately when it comes out. Like all these things that I'm not doing, like that's probably a large part of why I've like never like made it anywhere on Twitch. So I refocused to like, okay, well, if I can't be financially successful there, bam, I'm gonna run down the art rabbit hole because I could be making $5 gajillion at my tech job work that I left, but I hated that because I was like, that's not what I'm passionate about. I want to do art shit. So I did a bunch of research, like what are the artists that are in this space doing that makes them successful? And like the most consistent thing is if you are good at making not safe for work animations with sound effects, you have like a stable support network on like Subscribestar and Patreon. And I'm like, I can do that. 3D is the route that I'm going to take. But again, you have this like hump that you have to cross where it's like, okay, to make that shit takes time and you're not going to get paid for it. So I have to like generate enough of a cushion for myself financially that I can then invest that time into making that stuff. And then I'm really hoping that it's like I make like 2 or 3 animations. I don't release them. I like hold on to them. And then I release them consecutively. And maybe I've made enough of a buffer myself that I can make like a 4th one or something during the time that I'm releasing them consecutively. And like that's going to pull enough interest towards the Patreon Subscribestar stuff that I can start slowly weaning off commissions, or it's like maybe I get enough support there that I can take like 1 less a month or 2 less a month or whatever, that I can reinvest that time into that. And then like I want it to like slowly snowball towards this like, okay, and then 2D art I can reclaim for me, and then I can start making the stuff that I want to make, and then my gallery will be more representative of like the stuff that I'm actually interested in, and like all these things get better. But anyways, all of that entire like past like fucking 15 minutes of rambling or whatever was all to get back to the fucking meme of the like stick person with all the black scribbles on them that are just like, oh, I just need to this thing. That's been me in the fucking grind chamber, being like, I just need to get enough art done that I create this cushion for myself, and then I can fucking like make this shit happen. But in the pursuit of doing that, I've just like burnt myself out. I've gotten like super exhausted. I've like receded socially. I've turned all of my streams into like, I need to be like grinding art because like I have to get there. And like, I don't know, I really want to be able to make space for like, I stressed myself out so much today just by playing, like taking fucking 5 hours to play some board games with my friends. My entire like psyche was like, what are we doing? We should be fucking working on stuff. Why the fuck are we not? Like, oh my god, it's not blah blah. But I had a really good time, and like then I got to come on here and fucking ramble at you guys and have like a bunch of cool like novel conversations about shit that I really like and enjoy. And I'm like, I don't want to lose out on that. And I really think that's what I'm here for. I want to have these passionate connections with people where I can be like, here's my special interest. Here's like a thing that I genuinely am excited about, and oh, you're excited about it too. And we can have like this moment together where we can like share this experience and like have a fucking talk about it. And you can bring new shit to the table for me that I can go, I've not heard about that. Tell me about your experience. Let's share this excitement and this energy together. And like I've been losing track of that because I've been so locked in on the like, I just want to stop being super fucking poor. But like again, and then it comes back to the catch-22 of like, yeah, that's really cool and idealistic to be like, I wanna have more time to do hobbies that I like and talk to my friends. It's like, yeah, cool, man. Like so does everybody. But like then ultimately cool, your bill shows up and you have to pay the bill, and you can't tell the bill, sorry Mr. Bill, I decided to play board games with my friends, so I actually do not have the hundreds of dollars you need. I play board games because that doesn't work, and then you die. So I'm trying to get better at like balancing that, but holy fuck, it's so hard, dude. Oh my god, it's so hard. And I like don't talk to anybody about how hard it is, but god, it's so hard. Anyways, I've been rambling for a really long time. I scroll up and catch up on messages. Anyways, Protogen wants to do one for femboys and firearms. Hell yeah. Art skill comes with time and grinding it out. You can get
This
there.
right here is my
It's all
favorite thing
possible.
ever. In the
Do not
history
ever
of
let
forever.
yourself
I think about
believe
this
that
every day.
like
I think about
especially
this
when it
all
comes to
night long.
art.
I stay awake,
Don't let
not
anybody ever
sleeping,
convince
because I'm
you
thinking
that
about
art
this.
is like some unattainable talent that you're born with. It's super fucking not. You can like whatever level of artistic skill you see in someone else and you're like, damn, I wish I could fucking do that. You can. You 100% absolutely can. I can fucking show you how to do it. Like you can get there. So much of it is possible. The problem is like I feel like it's so common for people when they're trying to like help people start their artistic journey to focus on like super fucking stupid shit like, oh, what materials do you have? Do you have this kind of sketchbook, or do you have this program, or like, oh, you gotta start by studying like basic shapes or whatever, or like, well, gesture drawings or the one true don't fuck all that, dude. The only thing that matters in art when you're starting out is your internal framework and your emotional state and your mind palace, like the way that you've structured, the way that you're looking at shit, your emotional response, doing the emotional labor of like allowing yourself to fuck up and make a bunch of shit that is worse than you were really hoping it would be, and keep going and keep fucking it up and frame that in a way where you're like, oh my god, you have to get that to that child like level of play where you're curious and like you're fucking shit up, but like it's not about doing it wrong. You're like, okay, that didn't work, so what if I try that? And like you have to like get to that headspace where you are creating positive forward momentum for yourself and you're rewarding yourself with the correct like emotions. And I forgot about this and I'm only just starting to do it recently. It was what I was talking about like fucking half hour ago or whatever. You can't forget about community. Like you have to find people to talk to about it, find spaces to like share your struggles and stress, find that water cooler conversation where you go, damn, this thing that we're doing, that we're working on fucking sucks, right? Like all of the not actually doing the art aspects are so much more important than doing the art when you're starting out. Obviously there's something to be said about like learning these things helps you, yes, but if I'm ever telling people who are like starting to learn art, holy shit, all that fucking matters is your headspace. Fuck everything else. Like it is so much more about, can you be happy and excited and passionate about this even when it's hard? And figuring out how that works for you requires like you have to do a lot of internal self-appraisal. You have to do the emotional labor. You have to think through it and work through it, and like people don't usually talk about that. Anyways, that was all just off of fucking Protogen's comment fucking 20 minutes ago, so I keep scrolling. Sorry, I'm catching up on messages. Poe found the pouch with the item and location cards. Can't remember who anything else is. No. Hi Lava. Where 3D animation loot art sound goes mixed with Rackaroni. Yep. One of the reasons I want to learn 3D, I just hate topology. You don't need to know anything about topology if you're just trying to do animation. Just grab other people's models. I'll provide animation modes for pets. Dude, Venbred, I've already got projects I gotta hit you up about, dude. I'm adding that to the list. Thrax is there, true. Yeah, Thrax does good voice acting. 3D stuff is super cool. Love the technical aspect of the art form. I agree. I would love to fuck around with 3D more in my free time, but I don't have any free time because I'm fucking poor as shit, and I'm trying to change that. Got a network, pretend to be someone's friend just for their viewer base. Yeah, no, fuck that. I could never. Interactive games, vignettes also seem popular. Yeah, I did that for a bit with like RimWorld and stuff, but like ultimately, curating any part. Oh, thank you, Golden Raptor on YouTube. If you can't see the comment, curating any part of my stream towards I'm gonna do this to try and get higher metrics has always resulted inevitably in like bad things for me. So once I decided, okay, I want art to be the part that makes money, and if I happen to get successful on Twitch, then fuck it. Because like I'm very confident with my baseline Twitch stream, where it's like I think once you reach a point in Twitch streaming you plateau, where it's like, do you have good audio quality? Do you have basic, like, good, like, scenes and, like, and assets and stuff? Like, for example, I thought I was going to be spending this stream working on art. So for those of you who this may be your first time in a Gar stream, you guys probably haven't seen this shit, but we got our own whole fucking coffee shop and shit. This is usually if I'm working on art stuff, I'm over here. I'm doing my art thing. We've got the whole this stuff. We're in here. We're hanging out. I do art. Blah blah blah. Look, join my fucking Patreon or whatever. Anyways. But yeah, so like you plateau because you, like, once you've achieved the basics of like you have your sound effects for when people redeem things, you have your, like, chat up, whatever. Then from that point on, it's like, are you entertaining? Do you have the lucky things of, like, right place, right time, nepotism? How long have you been doing? Are you consistent with your schedule? Like, so I've reached a point where I'm just like, I know what I do, I know what I make. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. So I'm not interested in changing up the games that I play or what I do to specifically pivot it towards, oh, I think this might make more metrics. I'm just gonna do the shit that I'm doing and stay passionate. Fortunately, I figured out where the rest of the cards are. We did find that big old comic book by Tess and Tegan. Fuck yeah. You want to go into the side character voice actor field? Okay. Voice acting is really fucking cool. I love that shit. Hi Sly. Sly, you bought that's the same Sly that bought the prints from me at TFF, right? Cernic. The most important part, God, I wish I could get a copy of the original release of the comic. Hell yeah. You have to send me this comic. I've not heard of this. This talk is definitely relatable for me as someone who wants to make that leap but hasn't done so quite yet. Yeah, Aqua. I made the leap in 2021. I went to college for that. That's its own whole fucking ramble, but I won't. Maybe we'll get into that again tonight if there's enough new people in here who don't know my backstory. I can give you the longer ramble, but the short version is I have a computer science degree, used to work in tech, realized that doesn't, like, do anything for me, or at least the jobs that I was getting paid a lot of money, but I didn't give a shit about what I was doing. Pivoted to doing Twitch and art full time in 2021, and went from making lots of over six figures to lots of poverty line. So very different experience, but overall I would say positive. Not sure I've sort of finished for a chapter. Dragon's good. True. Nearly draw one circle per day, so you get addicted to drawing. I don't know about that, but drawing every day is a good way to build up a routine, I would say. Gotta get comfy with messing up. Draw a box. Camaraderie and art suffering. Camaraderie, very important. What's been seeing you at TFF? Oh, wait, so Sly is the person who bought the prints. Wait, so if I remember correctly, you came up to me when I was packing up my booth, said you lost the other print, said you wanted to buy another one, right? Is this the same person? Okay, well, you said you wanted to buy another one, and then you never paid me. You left. So you owe me fucking $10 or whatever. I think it was because you were, like, putting down your fursuit, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back to, because we were getting kicked out, and they were complaining that we were taking too long to pack up, so I just went back to packing up. But you never paid me for that. Anyways, do animation. I want to make custom models. Want to make core. Dude, making custom models is so cool. I have, like, 3 custom models that are at the, and then I have to retopo it phase, because I want to put the not safe for work bits on them, because it's so much better to have the not safe for work bits on them and then hide them and, like, have them be built into the topology than it is to fucking staple them on after. But you can't do that on Twitch. And, like, I haven't fucking, like, basically from that point on, if you want to be continuing to work on the model until it's done, that's risky to keep working on it on Twitch. So I have a bunch of model projects that got to that point, and then I'm like, all right, I will finish that someday, and then I never have. The map 25 mines have not been kind to me. Is that a Trackmania reference, Gray? 2021 Switch was right around when I showed up, I think. Yeah, who was here before I fucking left my tech job, dude? Who's pre leaving tech job Gar? Who do we got? That was you would have had to be here fucking before October 2021. You ever just staple your junk on? Hopefully not. Drawing a circle is useful because it reminds one of drawing to ponder it. And if you write and draw, ooh, ah, etc., you've drawn a circle. True. I am class of 2023. Class of 2023. Yeah, is it? Do you graduate from watching Gar streams? I drink water, which jiggles my head a lot. Sip. Haven't been here longer than an hour. Well, I hope I've convinced you to follow and be here another time. This is Gar stuff. I do play a lot of video games. I do a lot of art. If you like either of those, used to be on a Dota 2 esports team. So if you're at all a Dota enjoyer, I'm really fucking good at Dota. And I'm mediocre at art, but I'm getting better. I'm trying to change that. Trying to get better at art. Working on that. Thank you, Aqua. I appreciate it. If you stick around for long enough, I'm sure I can convince you to join the Discord eventually. It's a really cool place. Very, very happy about that. That's one of the, I think, of all the stuff I'm proud of about the progress I've made from being a Twitch streamer is going from, I guess this is just a Discord where I like post announcements or whatever, and there's gonna be like 20 people in here and no one's gonna say anything or no one's ever gonna know each other, is to like now there are a fuck ton of people in there who are like in there and have never said a single message, and who the fuck knows when they joined or why. But like the Discord actually has like the fucking like there's an actual community, which is like the fucking thing that I love, is people interact with the channels like novelly. Like I don't have to be there at all. It is not a, that's the thing that I'm really glad about it, is it has nothing to do with me. It is just like I was somewhere like that is I am literally just the starting square. I'm the starting tile of like the catalyst is you got here because you watched a stream at some point, and then the entire server is just people who are genuinely like cool. And there's a bunch of different like little niche groups and different channels for like mutual interests. And there's a solid recurring group that like hangs out in the voice chats and like watches movies together. There's a solid recurring group who's like watching TV shows together. There's a solid recurring group who like started their own tabletop game. There's people that talk about art. There's the group that hangs out in VR chat, because I get on I'm part of that. I get on VR chat every Friday night. There's a lot of people who just love sharing music and just fucking talking about the music they're listening to. And like I got to develop it over time from just another like random furry Twitch streamer Discord where it's like, cool, I'm in this, nobody hangs out, nothing is going on. Like I don't know. Like it's one of those like you join it to get the notification or whatever, and then you mute it forever, to like, oh, there's like actually like this is actually like a cool spot. It's like basically one of the only 2 Discords that I've like ever actually hung out in, because cool, there's actually neat people. Sorry, I'm very inconsistent with watching streams and interacting on Discord, but you're a real one. Dude, Sharkloaf, you're a real one. I'm still fucking, I loved getting to fucking help coach Dota games that you were in. I would love to make time to play board games sometime, Sharkloaf. That'd be sick as fuck. Tatsu, their class of October 2022. Yeah, who's our oldest fucking, I'm a Garyu Grey Muzzle. Hi, X. Who is the like where's the seniority in chat? Who's the most ancient Garyu stream watcher? Who do we got? If Riot isn't here, then it's probably me. Dude, I think Midian Bun is like the most ancient one. X, do you remember when you first started watching my streams? Hi, Riot. I was gonna say Gray. Yeah, Riot. I'll be 40 October. Well, you have not been watching me for 40 years, Venbred. That's fucking crazy, dude. Followed on March 30th, 2022. Wait, does it tell you? Where can you see? Wait. Where can you see that Alfcart? Spill the details. Oh, Stream Watcher. Yeah. Pay attention, Venbred. Venbred, when are you gotta give Hanu a recipe to use your fucking peppers. We still got so many of them. I wanna eat your peppers. Give me a recipe that I can bully Hanu into making with me, so that I can eat your peppers and then die. Yeah, click on people. Followed August 2nd, 2021. 23rd of September 2021. Damn, okay. So Gray currently has, you can Google it. There's a site that can look it up. Twitch Center follow. I followed January 2021. Damn, okay. So I think it is Riot the victor. Vol, when did you follow? I don't think Vol's in the competition. I think Vol's like a fucking 2022, 2023 or something. Exclamation point follow it. If only it were that easy. I do not think it's that easy. Click your name. Are you sure it's not just a mod thing, Riot? Does everybody get to do that? I had my account stolen. Just click your name. Okay, well, X isn't a mod, so I guess it just works. May 9th, 2022. Vol's been here since November 2023. It's not a mod thing. Okay, yeah. Cool. January 26th, 2021. Okay, damn. 17th of November 2021. Oh shit. And you're very small, Fry. That pussy's expired. Damn. Yeah, but anyways, what did I have pinned? I had somebody in chat was probably keeping track better than I had. I had pinned some sort of thought to come back to. You missed the Minecraft streams? God, I haven't played Minecraft in a hot minute. We could change that. Minecraft's cool. I just do the same thing every time though. I dig my cool tunnel. I want the urge rising in me to make the cool pretty tunnel art. So if you want to know what I do, somebody in chat remind me what were I had like pinned thoughts that I wanted to come back to. I don't remember. Wow, gamer following since 2019. How the fuck is that? Maybe F list maybe. God, yeah, the thing I do in Minecraft every time I play Minecraft is I'll build like a little shitty house somewhere. But my inevitable goal is I will dig a tunnel down all the way to bedrock and then find where like it gets flat. And then go up one block. And then I line all the walls of the tunnel with like pretty bricks. So I dig out the walls and the floor and the roof. I put stairs and brick. It's all the same brick. They have to look pretty. And I start like doing designs down the walls. And I put minecart rail crack. And it's just a tunnel. It goes really far. Goes somewhere. Tunnel. Build the tunnel. You put little lantern ones in, the redstone lanterns, because those look pretty. Go down the tunnel. That's what you do. That's what you do in Minecraft. That's what I do. Alpine biome, build little town with spruce, rinse and repeat. Yeah, is that what you do, Lucernic? You never played Minecart? All right, Vol, when are we buying you? If I win the furry lottery and become turbo rich or whatever, Vol, I'm getting you a cool computer. Vintage Story, it's like Minecraft but more scary. Yeah, I saw Krorin and Pendles were playing that in the Discord server. Setting your own goals. Yeah, my goal is always the cool tunnel. Default to fishing all the time. Can you do more than just catch like the fish? Do you know if we have permission to remove threads on Discord? Someone started one in the rules and reg channel and I don't think I can delete it. How the fuck did someone start a thread? They shouldn't even be able to send messages. Huh? Delete. Settings. Permission. Everyone. Create thread. Here. We just turn everything to nope. You can't do that. There. Yeah, that should do it. That'll do it. I think, maybe, probably. There. You ain't gonna buy me nothing. I won't let you. Well, I'm gonna, cause you gotta have a computer. Vol, we have to play video games together at some point, Vol. We have to. We have to, Vol. We're gonna play video games. You're gonna play fucking Minecraft with me, and you're gonna like it. A little magic outpost. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been told about Vintage Story. Maybe I'll trade at some point. There's a lot of catchable stuff when fishing. To be fair, most of my Minecraft knowledge is like circa 2014. So, no can do bows. Enchanted fishing pole pretty quickly. What can you catch other than fish? Circa 2014. Oh god. Oh, one of the pins I put in one of the pins I'd put in was talking about Gar OC lore. All right, so like let's talk about me going pee first, I guess. Actually, I was just like, before I get into this, I should go pee. I'm gonna go do that. Let's not talk about that, but I should do that first. I will be right back. I'll ramble about Gar. Wow. 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 Wow, wow, wow. Dude, a Kittimer in my chat. Holy shit. Chronic Tempest. Hello. You like jazz? Listen, it makes a good backing track, okay? It's chill. Chill? Or chillin'? Anyways. Hello. The bees are square. This is true. That's how Minecraft works. Anyways, the thing that I was gonna talk about was Gar. So, I don't know about you guys. I've gone through like various stages of connection to my OC in terms of like, is this a persona? Is this a projection of like me? And at this point, it's got like, I would say there's like 2 separations for my OC. There's like, or I guess maybe like 3. There's like me Gar, which is there's me Gar, which is like the way that I see Gar when I am inhabiting him as like, this is just me. Like, this is just I am Gar. That is me. Then there's something that I consider still very close to me Gar. Hi Ruby. But it's still just not exactly me Gar, which is what I would call like canon Gar. Which is not tied to like OC lore or whatever, but just like things that Gar would do or have in their life that I currently don't have. Like, there's just like the escapism of like the outfits, the like living situation, their relationships, stuff that they do. Those are still pretty closely aligned. It is like that's still very personal to me and very like locked down to like, here's what he does. And then entirely like fucking known span of the universe away from all these things is ERP Gar, like F list Gar. I am currently hi Sofa Bear. I'm currently like writing out I'm type fucking Gar. That is just an entirely different like entity as far as I'm concerned.
Our modest fellowship
Tempest with the
expands.
sub. Oh, thank you for the sub. Heart emoji. Enjoy your Gar uppies and lookies and not having to sit through cringe 5 billion fucking Twitch ads all the time. Missing important Gar lore. Damn it. Well, how do you just clip 3 minutes or whatever. It was a 3-minute ad. I was like, nope. Yeah, that'll do it, dude. I can't control them. Oh, Sofa with the primes, 12 months. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Oh wait. Okay, so wait, when you're stuck in Agile, can you still see the captions? Because I know I have closed captions on. All D class, beware the entity. Yeah, the fucking Gar Crouch.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Your steadfast
thank you for the
loyalty
gift sub,
is
Tempest.
greatly appreciated.
Hell yeah. All right. Trungad freed from Agile. Refresh. Yeah. Escape your Agile prison. You are given the keys to your cell by Draconic Tempest. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. I know it's like very Twitch streamer thing to have the like, here's my specific verbatim lines that I say. If you give me this donation, I deliver my line, and I've said it so many times that I deliver it entirely devoid of passion, and I say it at 8 billion% speed, so it's like, oh, and then like it's over and you have no idea what the fuck I said other than like vaguely it was an acknowledgement, but genuinely like I am at oh my God. Thank you so much, Fedbread. Aug, thank you. I am at a point in life where, so there's a phrase that I coin called or like where I say something, how hard do you pull the cord on your back? Huh? Oh yeah. It relates to what I was saying before. Thank you, Venbird, by the way. That means a lot. I'm about to get to how much it means. So there's a phrase that I've coined lately, where I talk about like moving the needle, where I'm picturing like you know, like a scale has like or well, I guess not digital, an analog scale. If you like, old scales have like a needle. When you like put stuff on it, the needle moves. So I've been using that as a phrase of like talking about my financial situation. And the way that I phrase it is that like back when I had a tech job, and I was making fucking insane buku bucks, unless it was like in the upper 3 digits, for the most part, unless it had 4 digits in the number, it did not move the needle for me. Like, this amount of money could vanish out of my pocket for fucking any activity or thing, and like I don't give a fuck. Like it just doesn't fucking matter. Versus nowadays, the way that I describe it, thank you, Sharklow.
Loyalty is
Heart
greatly
emoji.
appreciated.
Nowadays, the way that I describe it is like $20 moves the needle for me. Like that is where it starts being like, that is money that I palpably feel leaving my hand, and I hold on to it tight because I'm very dramatically paying attention to it. So so when people like subscribe to me, I know I have my like, I do a little heart emoji, but I started doing that because I was like, how can I like say there's only so much I can do as a like I'm a thing on your screen. Hello, hi. To like try and create some sort of genuine moment of like you didn't have to do that, and I'm like thank you, Fluxy. Oh, you guys are being super generous. Always take care of yourself first. Like please, I know shit's fucked. Shit is fucked right now in so many regards. So like make sure you've got your stuff and your people fucking locked down. Like get yourself treats before you ever consider getting me anything. But all of that to say, like I like the reason I do heart emoji, the reason I like deliberately try and like is because I want to acknowledge that
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty
oh my god,
is
dude.
greatly appreciated.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you're not letting me finish my sentences. Thank you so much, Fo. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you guys so much. Hype train level 3. I fucking hate that like Twitch has this thing where it's just like, oh, there's levels and there's number. What if we turn it into a game? It's like, oh, fuck you, man. You already what stop. Hate it's nonsense. But you guys are the fucking best. I don't know what a hype train is. Choo choo or whatever. Anyways, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to try and I do my best to try and communicate that like I recognize that it's not a necessary thing. And I've been all over the board from the holy shit, a $20 bill is like, that is fucking like lifeblood to me. That is like food I can fucking eat. That means a lot. To the, I have fucking stupid oodles of money. I could hand you $4,000 for something as mundane as like a fucking piece of gum, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't give a shit. So I've been on both sides of this, so I know how it feels to be in a position of, and in either position, and go out of your way to like give some of it away to somebody. And I remember when I was in a position of like great solid financial stuff, it was kind of like whatever, like didn't like, sure, here you go, like of course I'll give this to you. But it means I'm in a position where I now recognize that like that means a fuck ton, like that even just that gesture. It might not mean a lot to you. It's like you can click a button or whatever, but like, I'm gonna like fucking tear up if I get like too serious about it. But I want you to know that that is like, that's not money I'm gonna go fuck around with. If you are like giving me any amount of money, like whether it's with a sub just because you don't want to fucking see ads or whatever, or if it's just this like a Twitch sub is not enough significant money for you to give a
This
shit. And it's
right
like, yeah,
here is
whatever.
my
This is like part of
favorite
like
thing ever.
I
In
spent
the history of
40x this
I
to
think about
like
this every
pay
day.
my way
I think
to
about this
like
all night long.
I don't know. I
stay
just got a
awake,
nice
not
dinner that was
sleeping, because I'm
$90. I
thinking
don't give a shit
this.
about a $5
Welcome
Twitch sub or
back.
whatever.
Your steadfast loyalty is
Oh my
greatly
god.
appreciated.
Thank you, Kittimer. Kittimer with their fucking 592 total gift subs. Jesus Christ. Kit's plenty of this is shit Kit's probably heard too many times at this point. I just want the vote. But yeah, I want to try and as genuinely and earnestly as I can, whenever stuff like this comes up. Oh my god, Tin. Thank you. Tin's been here for a long fucking time too. Oh, thank you, Moat. Oh, yeah, I gotta fucking make more emotes, dude. I have bit slots and stuff that I've like not built or whatever. Oh my god, Lightling's here too. Holy shit. Oh, thank you so much. I'm like trying to desperately hold on to like the sentence that I've like not finished for like 40 times. Holy shit. Hi, Lightling. Lightling, you missed the fucking Wednesday stream last week. We did a Candyland Gamba, and I was like, where the fuck is Lightling? I'm pretty sure Lightling, because like we were talking about who is the current, like who are the oligarchs from like winning the like previous ones, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Lightling's still a main pet oligarch. Are you still like fucking like up a fuck ass load from like, yeah, it's like you have so fucking much from the last time we played Candyland Gamba. Okay, hold on. I'm pinning the thought I was saying, but for those of you who are newer here or do not know what I mean when I say Candyland Gamba, Twitch chat has a thing that you can do as a streamer where you can start a prediction on like something that's going to occur in the stream, and you can bet as a viewer, you can bet your channel points on various outcomes for it. And on Tabletop Sim, so this does actually touch back to board games. On Tabletop Sim, there is a scripted version of a really old children's game that I had as a little kid called Candyland. And the way you play that game is you literally, like, everybody has, it's literally just a game that has a bunch of little spaces that are all different colors, so they have a symbol on them. There's a deck of cards. On your turn, you flip over the top card on the deck. If whatever symbol it is, you go from wherever you currently are on the board to that next symbol. So if it's a blue square, you go to the next blue square. If it's a gumdrop, you go all the way to wherever the gumdrop is on the board. But basically, the game is solved. From the moment the deck is shuffled, like, there is no gameplay. It is like, it is just going to happen. You just draw your card. So there's a scripted version of it. And we call it Candyland Gamba because I play it sometimes where we just I get a bunch of people into the Discord. We all get on a voice call, and we all sit at the table because the table can take up to like fucking 10 players. And I just start a prediction, and then we like set the speed to like fuck you super turbo fast, and hit go, and it just fucking runs the whole game. And then whichever one wins, I finish the prediction, and then basically how it works is all of the channel points that are added or that people gamble are added to a pot, and then for each option in the prediction, whoever, like, once one is chosen as a winner, the pot is distributed to those winners based on the proportion that you bet in that slot. So like, let's say you picked answer number 1 and you were the only person there, you get 100%. If there were 2 people there and you bet 10 channel points and someone bet like 100, I don't fucking know. You bet 10 channel points and someone bet 90, they get 90% of the pot, you get 10%. So should we do an example for the new viewers? God, we might have to at the I want to finish my fucking emotional touching thought about you guys being super generous. But anyways, that's Candyland Gamba. It's really fucking funny because we just have so many bits about it where I just keep being like, it's just horse racing. Let's be real, this is true. It has so many bits about it where I'm like, no, this is a serious skill-based game. And if you lose, it's because you're bad. It's a skill-based game. I very high MMR. That's why you should vote. You should pick my color because I'm gonna win every time. Anyways, that's what Candyland Gamba is, and Lightling has won this enough that they have like an obscene amount of channel points because they're skilled. Again, it's a skill-based game. They're skilled in the art of Candyland Gamba. There's a scripted version that literally plays itself. Yeah, you just hit start and it flips over everybody's card and moves them for you, and you can crank up the speed so that just like it like happens at like a ludicrously fast rate. This is really fucking funny. Anyways, to go back to the thought that I like pinned, I'm gonna unpin it. I grasp it back. Bring the thought back. Thoughts in this dragon, more likely than you think. I'm thinking, dude. You see this huge brain. But anyways, I didn't get to fucking finish my sentence. I tried to say it like 7 times. I want you to know that regardless of how big or how small, like whatever you give me monetarily, huge, massive horns. My personality, huge. My main is huge. No matter how much money you're giving me, be it like the whatever I fucking get from a basic tier 1 sub, which is like fucking $2.23 or whatever, I'm not going to waste that. Like I cashed in all of my chips in life to pursue trying to fucking like make my dreams happen, essentially. I could be financially stable and have a desk job and be making oodles of dollars, writing tippy tappy on keyboard, make code for a big bank or whatever. We got a hype chest. Type choo choo. Wow. Cheers to that. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's so insane, Lightly. Yeah, we have so many Spirit of the Void. But anyways, I cashed in all of my chips in life for the opportunity to get up every day and try my fucking hardest to like do the coolest, hardest thing I can think of, which is like try and be a Twitch streamer and a furry artist full time. And it's really fucking hard, and I've gone through a lot of struggles, and I'd love to talk to you about them and have you be here with me through them. But all of that to say, I'm fucking locked in, dude. Like I am trying so fucking hard, and I know I know the cost of $1. I know how fucking hard it is to churn the limited hours of your fucking mortal human life into currency when you fucking desperately don't want to, even in like the fucking darkest of hours where you're just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I hate my fucking job, but like I have to do this because this is how fucking shitty society and capitalism functions. And like you fucking go into work and it's really hard, and maybe you don't get to like talk to people or like vent about it, but like you go and you make it through those hard times, and that turns into money. And like sure, you like maybe you recover and you forget about like the hard times later, or you like get to better times, but like I know what it's like to be there. So like the fact that you even if it's not, even if you're making enough that like the $5 or whatever is like, it doesn't fucking matter to you, I see it, and it matters to me, and I will not. That is my promise to you guys. That is what I'm fucking here for every day. I will not waste that. The fact that you would, of me of all people, you like found your way here, however you ended up here, chance or a friend told you, or you saw one of my things, that however you ended up here, you made the decision to like give that to me. I'm going to fucking use that every day to push myself and like try to make shit better for people, you know? Like that's a big part of what I do streaming and art for, is that like I want to make the spaces and the moments for people that provide that sense of like belonging and like escapism from how like shitty day-to-day life can be. If I can like create a space where people can earnestly feel like they can be their true selves and share like passionate excitement about stuff that they're into, and have these like cool experiences, like that's what I'm trying to fucking do. That's what I'm here for. And you guys supporting me is like the thing that lets that continue, and like that is not something I will ever lose sight of. So all of this is my ramble off of the like, obviously it derails things a bit for me to like go and get really fucking like dark and serious, and I don't always want to do that. But like if you give me something and then I give you a oh my god thank you heart emoji, I want you to know that that's not my recycled bit. That is like the best way I have found to condense my like fucking utter awe and reverence for like that sort of act of generosity down to its like basest form, is I give you a little heart emoji. But fuck yeah. Thank you guys again. I mean, it really does mean a lot to me. I hope for the people who are here less frequently or who are here for the first time, get the kind of vibe that I'm trying to give off. It's not always going to be me doing deep, rambly, introspective stuff about just my personal life, because I like talking about things that we're all like involved in. But I do like to try and be as candid and open about my day-to-day situation and circumstances as I can be, because like as I said, I have no interest in having a facade or feigning to be a particular emotion or a particular type of persona. Like you come to my stream, you get me 100%. That is what I'm doing. My act is I show up. That's and I'm here, and I I may be in a cool scene that I put together, and I did all this hard work fucking like making everything look cool. It's all fucking color corrected and shit.
Welcome
But
back. Your steadfast
Lightning
loyalty
with the gifts
is
of
greatly
Ruby.
appreciated.
Heart emoji. Yeah, to you too. I have all this stuff, but like ultimately the sensation that I would like to leave people with is that I am like genuinely here, and I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And I know there's a screen in between us, but like whatever the fuck you've got going on, you are seen, you are heard, you are valid, and you're present here with us. And like that's, again, it's why I fucking shill the Discord as much as I do, because I really feel like we've got like, the Discord has the sauce, dude. The Discord has the sauce. The Discord has the like the energy. It has the community. It's the good vibes. And that's like the kind of thing that I want to be the thing that I'm bringing out. You know, the Discord is cooking. Yeah. And that's what I want to bring to streams too. And it's something I want to like, again, it's why I said I'm like, I don't know, we're in the Gar Renaissance arc again, because I've gone through so many, like I flip-flop back and forth because again, I don't talk to enough people about it, and that's something that I'm like talking to you guys right now. This is part of the process for me. Yeah, Kittimer's based, love that guy. What a great maned wolf, incredible artists. They do so much cool shit. Incredible engineer and machinist. I was rambling about them earlier, but they weren't here, so I'll say it all again. They have their mech. It's the furry Evangelion. They get in it. They get the LCL flood, but the LCL's fireball. Saw your cool art on Blue Sky. Thought to follow on Twitch. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I do some amount of that cool art on Twitch. Obviously, there's the limitations of it is Twitch. But we do some stuff like here's the here's something that we made on Twitch. This is a font. That's a thing we made on Twitch. There's a lot of cool art we've made on Twitch. But yeah, ideally I would be free to draw whatever the fuck I wanted, but circumstances are not like that on Twitch. Yeah, I do. I've got, dude, we made that on Twitch. You want to see more of my art? Aqua hasn't seen my art. Aqua, you don't even fucking know, dude. You don't even know. Here, let me like pull up another one. See this shit? I sold prints of this at a con fucking a week ago or whatever. Yeah, we do art stuff. This was also all made on, this was all painted on stream. I could show a bunch of fucking art, but like yeah, I'll go back to I'm not finishing any of my sentences, dude. This pic is so fucking pretty. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe bringing bigger prints of it to FWA because people like this one. Thank you. Yeah. I really like that one too. People really liked the one I made for Ron. I was shocked about that. I feel like my favorite of the song portraits, I really fucking like the one I made for Gray, dude. The one I made for Gray, I'm still like so fucking happy with, dude. It's so cool. Hold on, I opened the one I made for Gray because I really like that one. You guys know Gray? They're Adapolis in chat. This is their funny dog. I drew them. Their funny dog. Look at that guy. The guy. Wow. Whoa. Dog. Doggo. Yeah. Pet Gray. What a good dog. You don't remember these? Yeah. I have a lot of fucking moisturized in his lane, wet. No, you have to say the lyrics to the song. Is it still their status? Yeah, moisturize in their lane, broad daylight, looking at the sky or whatever, something. Other lyrics. How did I get fucking talking about art? What was I? The fuck was I talking about? I was on my talking about stuff. Passion is a difficult topic. It's a reason to achieve self-acquisition. Every business, even corporation, small business, must face the realities of competition as law. All the three factors by human sensitivity. Your thoughts? My thoughts are I wish I could fucking live outside of capitalism, dude. I feel like every part of my daily life, or I feel like some of the hardest parts of my day-to-day life are my interactions with and then money and corporations and the stock market and all of that bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the reason I left that world is because I realized that a lot of the dissatisfaction I was feeling with my life was because I was still living my life through the metrics of success that were handed to me by adults and figures of authority that I had encountered through my developing years. And it took me running aground emotionally and like hitting rock bottom, feeling lots of complicated feelings and not having emotional needs met, to recognize that the like core fundamental viewpoint that I was framing the world in was wrong, or at least it's wrong for me. I was taught that like success looks like owning property, having a six-figure salary that's raking in a bunch of dosh, performing at work, and like doing your fucking best, grinding at work, and then being a good friend and like having hosting company at your house. And that's like what the picture of success looks like. And like some of those things I can get behind. I still think that a picture of success is like having, for me personally, is like being able to have consistent social spaces that you immerse yourself in. But I quickly realized that I don't give a fuck about grinding work because somebody said it's work. Don't give a shit. Like it has to be stuff that I am actually
Welcome back.
Personally invested and interested in. 3 whole 5s. Holy shit, Linnea. 35 months. Damn. Linnea's been here for a minute. We were comparing seniority, Linnea. Apparently, if you click on your name, it tells you when you followed. Do you know when you followed? That's right, Lightling. That's right. Say it again. But yeah, so I had to reframe my whole like world view, and realized that like grinding out my job didn't do anything to me if it wasn't work that I cared about. Similarly, money doesn't mean shit to me, dude. Like it's cool when you have it because you can buy things that your friends want. You can buy things that you might want or need. I still did not buy myself a lot of stuff. I just the only thing I bought myself basically was like I shoved a bunch of money into furry artists. That was like the majority of the thing that I ever did with a lot of money I had, for the brief time that I had a lot of money. And I guess I did do a few other things, but like the just a number in bank account go up did not make me feel happy. It didn't make me feel satisfied and like fulfilled in life. So I felt like fucking horrible when I was like working these tech jobs, because I was like, what is wrong with me? Like some part of me is fucking broken, dude. Like I do not function. I'm somehow like I have all these things that I've been like coached and told my whole life that this is what's gonna make you feel satisfied and like happy with life. And then I got it. And then I was like, damn, I'm the most depressed I've ever been. This feels horrible. And it took fucking years to realize that I needed to stop and like forgive myself for stopping. Because I would put myself in this like shitty, infinite cycle of, well, there's someone worse off than you. where I was excusing like my own suffering for like, well, there's somebody who has a worse, shittier job that's harder, who's making less money, and how dare you give up your current job when someone out there has a worse situation. um and that's what I was like using to like motivate myself forward. And it took me years of like doing a lot of like thinking and weighing my emotions and evaluating and like working through like the trauma of it to realize that like I'm gonna die sooner than I think. And yeah, it's really cool to be like, oh, I have the valor of like I stayed in it for those people, for my boys still back on the streets or whatever who never made it. I stayed in it for them. But then I'm dead, and then like what the fuck is the point, dude? Like I lived my life being super depressed because, well, someone out there didn't get this opportunity and I did, so I'm doing it for them. But like that, but then I don't live my life and I'm just super fucking depressed my whole life. So I had to come to terms with like, yeah, I'm throwing away a thing that a lot of other people define as success, but it's actually okay for me to have my definition of success be different, and I think I need to go figure out what that is for myself. And it took me the time of like doing Twitch stream and doing art and stuff to realize that like this is what I want out of life. Like I want this stuff, and I haven't been able to I haven't been able yet. I'm working on it. I'm trying my fucking hardest every day, dude. I haven't been able to square the furry art and Twitch streaming with the at least making enough money to be not necessarily in a fantastic financial spot, but at least like stable. Still haven't squared that yet. But I'm still here, dude. I'm still making it. I'm finding the way to keep going. But as I said, I feel like I'm close. That's why I was locked in the I'm a stick figure with the fucking black scribbles all over me, being like, I just need to get better at stuff. Because I'm like, I want to crest that like boundary of like, and then enough of my shit is like covered by like support in my art that I can go, okay, I can breathe the rarefied air of I don't have to do 30 fucking commissions, and I can go, I make gar art. I make art for gars. Like I make my art. I make the stuff that I want to be making. And I'm close to that. Or I'm not close to it, but I'm getting closer. I'm closer than I've ever been, I think. Gart. Yeah, Gart, if you will. Hell yeah, Shark Love, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Trunguide, yeah. So that's kind of what where I'm at and where I'm going. Anyways, I got somehow sidetracked, but originally I remember I was touching base on the like different parts of like my connection to Gar. We had the me Gar, we had the like canon sort of Gar, and then there was the fucking like RP Gar, which is if you do not know, I fucking Kungagra, yeah, fucking Harvest, dude, love that guy, love Harvest. But if you don't know, I have spent so many fucking hours, so many more in the past, hopefully more in the future, but it's been something that takes so much time that I've like not gone and do it as much. I used to fucking type fuck all the time, like erotic role play. I'm up in that bitch fucking typing out fucking paragraphs. But and I'm super into that, but so much of that is like does not exist in the space of like me Gar as like as a person, where like I go through my day to day and I am Gar the person every day, and then like Canon Gar the like dragon who wears cool tech wear and longboards and like does stuff like that. Those exist so far away from like RP Gar. I from Second Life. I've never played Second Life actually. I wish I could type paragraphs or form a thought. Me too, dude. But something that I fucking frequently encounter is like so many people have their own relationships with their characters and how they view them through the lenses of canon or public spaces or art, and especially not safe for work art and not safe for work spaces. And I am so tired of running into people who like don't seem to understand that like so much of those frameworks are unique and internal, and they just like project them outward onto other people. Like I've had so many encounters with people who like think furry art is like, oh, you have this art of your OC, that is a one-to-one representation of things that you as a human being in real life enjoy. And it's like, maybe that's the case for you, maybe that's the case for some people. Automatically thinking that like stuff like that is like the baseline of like that's how it is for everybody. I'm like, you are going to have a really hard time when you run into people who that is not the case for. I run into that shit so much, specifically because of art and like RP stuff, where people will like try and attempt to like flirt with me in some sort of way or like interact with me in some sort of way, and I just have to like cut them off at the fucking pass and be like, sorry homie, like that it doesn't work like that. Like I don't know like where, or I have ideas of where you could have thought that like this whole thing that you've just tried to show up with was like going to like work out. It's not gonna work out that way. Where like, I'm sorry, but if your first message to me is like some super egregiously like horny shit and we've never talked before, this is not a furry comic. That doesn't like, my fucking Subway sandwich doesn't spring out of my fucking pants and then we immediately bang. What's much more likely for me to, I'm just gonna be like weird and not talk to you. People project stuff so hard. Yeah. But like I encounter that so much, like genuinely. I like Subway sandwiches. Are we talking about sandwiches in here? We could. I like sandwiches. I just had a sandwich before stream. Dude, can we talk about actually though, for real, on the scale of like, let's say it's like a 5-star scale, can we agree that being given a sandwich for free from a friend immediately gives it like 2 stars? Like no matter what the fuck it is, you like you get free stars for like, this is a sandwich that has been just given to you. Like that immediately, for me, it does, even if the sandwich is not very good, that like that it gains bonus points just for that as a feature. Yes, instant boost. Yeah, if you get the here you go boss and they give you the fucking some sort of sandwich, I don't care what it is, I'm eating that shit immediately. Free food is always better, specifically if it's handed to you by a friend. Like that like somebody thought of you and it's the fucking vibe of like, you made this for me? Yeah, dog, I made that for you. Yeah, like, I fucking love that video so much, dude. Holy shit, that one's so good. Holy shit, what if I give you bread sandwich? I fuck that shit up, Gray. That video's hilarious. Yeah, I fucking love that. It's so good. All logins, please. Oh, give me the Auten bread sandwich. That'd be so cool. Anyways, what the fuck was you said sandwich? I was having a thought for sandwiches. Oh, Subway sandwiches. All right, that's how we got here. Yeah. Okay. I have a message from today. Today, dude. 5:10 p.m. First DM this person has ever sent me. Don't know him. Don't recognize the username. Don't recognize the art. First message. Hello, master. Can we talk about that? That's like the no. That we're stepping in with a bit we're a little bit too much. First of all, I'm super, super cool with people having like consensual, safe kinks and stuff. That's fine. Me personally, I'm never going to be comfortable with the word master. That has like I'm cool with like BDSM stuff. I'm cool with like strong dom sub roles and stuff. Never gonna be cool with the word master because that has like for me personally, the way there, at least like my emotional response to that has like way too many like really bad historical undertones for that, especially considering the state of my race in real life. Nope. I'm gonna stay real far away from that. Yeah, exactly, Venbred. See, Venbred, that's an upgrade. Still bad, still not great, but better. Yeah, elf card. True. You're just a big dragon. I'm just a little true. I'm hitting you with the how's it going sport. Yeah, that's yeah, that's better. Maybe they meant Mr. Well, I did reply to them, and I will say based off of their reply, no, they did not mean Mr. All right. Sorry, G6, and good lord, you'll change your mind on that. I don't think they meant Mr. Yeah. I appreciate your attempts to dig them out, Jet. In reverence to your artistic skill. God, I wish, dude. I wish someday maybe. I'll work on it. I'm working on it. I'm grinding shit out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm getting progressively more tired of the just jump from here's art stuff or here's RP stuff to like that's a 1-to-1 to real life, because that's like I've had like several experiences recently where people have tried to interact with me in some way assuming that is a 1-to-1 connection, and like it immediately makes me like so uncomfortable, and I have to explain to them like nope, like maybe you've just gotten lucky the past times you tried to bridge this gap and whoever you were interacting with did have a 1-to-1 between these things, but nope, that's a natural one. That's a red dice situation in Disco Elysium. That is a critical failure. Does not work. Now things are bad or worse at least. Have you guys ever run into that where it's like people just like you have some sort of thing and people like immediately are like, I'm gonna approach you like this. It's not, it doesn't even have to do with like furry stuff. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's just like people assume some sort of social caste or caste, or like not case, fucking case. Case. People assume some sort of like social caste or like class or whatever that you're in, and then like start interacting with you like that off rip, and you have to be like incorrect, wrong, not true. Imagine getting approached. I'm imagining it. It was not good. I don't want to imagine it anymore. Minus reputation symbol above both heads. Yeah. You have upset Kim. Reload your save. Yeah. Saying hello master to fucking Kim. Oh my god. Dealt with it before. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I only get approached to get asked for a lighter. Do you have a cool lighter? You like flip it out. I'm here. What are your other 2 wishes? That's like a painfully cringe one. Fucking awesome. Holy shit. Imagine getting a front. Oh, mukate kunno ka. I think that's still my follow noise. God, I made that so long ago. That was my that I was talking about my connections to Guard just to ramble about that because that was something that I've encountered like recently multiple times in like the past week where people are like, let me like riz you up about this thing, or like, oh god, I will never understand the like the leap from you draw not safe for work stuff, I send you real life nudes immediately with no context, and we've like never talked before. Personally, I cannot, these do not fit for me. I've never been able to, this happens even outside of furries. Yeah, true. I've never been able to like, I can't get in the headspace. I've never been down bad enough. Maybe that's the problem. Is I've just never I can't empathize because I've never met the right fucking goth baddie or whatever. Never been down bad enough that I'm just like, my first impression, my first play, my first and only play. I've gone through the list of all of my ideas, and there's only one idea on the list. They have to see my penis right now. Like, I don't know what you have to do to get there. I don't like. I feel like you can only. So like maybe you do that once and then it doesn't work out and then you've like learned your lesson. But for the people that have done it like multiple times, I feel like that means like it worked at some point, right? Like it had to have worked, and then they got it in their head like through positive reinforcement that like, this is a thing that works. I don't smoke, but I love my Yippo. Yeah, your Yippo is so fucking cute. Oh fuck. Cooner brand, yeah. I don't even look at mine. Why would anybody else? That's right, Fo. That's right, up top. High five. Exactly, Lightling. 16th try didn't even work, but maybe I said the 17th time. That it's the fucking it's the horny equivalent of the fucking picture of like the real true gamblers never quit or whatever, the fucking mining the diamonds and like the sad guy turning around right before the diamonds. It's the gambler's fallacy of horny. I think it's just never worked, and they've never been reprimanded. Yeah, they no. I need to hit them with the fucking the Dota 2 call out. The fucking, aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you ashamed? God, holy shit. I do I have that as if I don't have that as a clip, I have to go find the fucking VOD that happened in. I have all my VODs, so I'm sure I can find it somewhere. Oh, Barry, leave me alone, please. That or it's like some horny gambling addiction that they hope to pay out at some point. Yeah. Treating your nudes like Balatro chokers. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly, Ruby, where they're like, oh, it'll work eventually. God, yeah, that's another thing that's tough that I interact with a lot, is it's like I'm really busy, but all of my handles on like every social service are just my name, so people can find me really easily. And I have the like two sides of the coin, where it's like one side is it's so fucking novel and cool that like somebody would take the time out of their day to like try and message me and like be like, I want to establish some sort of communication here because I think you're cool. Like that's a really cool fucking thing. Fucking Kevin did. Yeah, true, Kit. How do you know enough words about Balatro to make these references? You've seen too much, Kittimer. You've still never even played it. I'm making you play that. Whenever you come out here, Kit, I'm sitting you down. I'm making you play Balatro. Anyways, I can't. Yes, you can. It'll ruin the magic. Holy fuck. I never DM creators. I always thought it was inappropriate. See, I don't like that either, though. Because I really do not. Oh, fuck, dude. That's the catch-22 of like, I really don't like feeling like I am like locked off and I am a individual you cannot interact with. because that's so sad. Like I want to be able to fucking meet people. Like the fucking light of my life is getting to like meet new people. Like that's the spark, is you meet someone and you get to share a conversation and like talk about your fucking aspirations and your struggles and your triumphs and like trade fucking stories about, oh, have you done this thing before? Like, oh, we did that. Like that's so fucking cool. I love that shit. Holy fuck, I love that shit. But that also has to be balanced with two things. Firstly, it took me a long time to realize I cannot be responsible for people being socially underdeveloped, and that it is okay and doesn't make me a bad person to have a like minimum social skill level requirement to like interact with me in like DMs, because holy shit, if you have not spent the time to critically think enough about your approach and be like, what do I fundamentally want to talk to this person about? Let's like lead in with like, hey, I saw you doing this and it made me think of this. Have you watched this? Or like have some sort of substance. If your best you can come up with is hi, like 2 letters lowercase, or just sticker, then like I don't have the time to give back to you, right? Like if you are going to initiate, you have to initiate with your fucking full chest, dude. You have to give me Sindri Belantra screenshot wins. Yeah. Hi Galaxy. You have to initiate with your whole fucking chest and like give me something. Cause like unfortunately, like if I was just somebody who never has to interact with random people, maybe 2-letter lowercase hi works, because I'd never get any random DMs and I can like talk and I can maybe coax something more out of you. But like I get tons of DMs all the time, so you have to differentiate yourself. There's that, and then there's the second thing that I was gonna get to. Hi, how are you? Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. We're having a good time. But the second thing is that even if you are really cool and you've differentiated yourself and you've like said something interesting, there are times where I'm busy enough that I'm not checking Telegram or Discord or whatever for hours at a time. And what this can mean is your shit gets buried. So maybe I don't see it for a while. And I've had people who like immediately that's disheartening for them, and they're like, I fuck this person. They're not a real one. I hate them. So that shit sucks sometimes. But then also there's just like sometimes the reality of like maybe I get back to you, but then they're like I still am like too busy. It's like it sucks because like I guess what I'm trying to say is like there is some point where eventually I have too many people in my life and I can't fit more. But I still hate the idea of that, like excluding everybody forever. So what I like to tell people is I'm like, if you want to get to know me better and you want to increase your odds of like, and I don't like talking about like odds, I don't want it to be fucking like gambling, but it's like, if you really think that I'm a neat person and you really want to try and like establish some sort of rapport, I'm in a lot of open social spaces that you can just come be in. So like showing up in my streams and just like chatting to me, showing up in the Discord and showing up like when we're doing like a movie watch together, or like joining the tabletop sim channel and like signing up to like play a board game, or showing up to like the VR chat meets or whatever. Like there are spaces you can find me in and interact with me. But it's the people who are like, I don't want to do that. I want a one-on-one private Discord call, or like I want a one-on-one Telegram messaging chat from day one. It's like, you can get those eventually. There are people that get one-on-one time with me, but it's like, you that can't be your like, this is the thing I want immediately from day one. Like that is something that is like, we have to get there from shared time in like public spaces, right? Hell yeah, Tempest. You get it. Hugs from England. You're up late in England. Hope you're having a good night. Tiniest introspection of would I want to interact with someone acting like this? Yeah. Like literally just basic level of like thinking it through, you know? Oh, gambling with Dakar. Oh, I yawn. Me being super shy and unable to converse in more public setting just sucked. Yeah, that's definitely, again, that's like one of the things that sucks is like, if you are socially uncomfortable with I'm in a big group and a lot of people are being social, it's rough. Because like, I know what it's like to thrive in like one-on-one private talks, because I do thrive in one-on-one private talks and I love that. But it's so much easier for me, like I just don't have the time to give that to everybody. And because that time is so rare for me, I can't like gamble that to be like, here's a person I've literally never had a conversation with. Let's throw a couple hours onto Discord with them, because like if I do that, then I don't get time for the people who I'm already close to, you know. Community Discord is better than trying to be direct friends with everyone, but that's my guess. Yeah, that's like where when we on time, the ones who have parasocial expectation problems. Yeah, it's the tough thing of like, I if I had infinite time, I would love to give everybody their shot. And obviously there will just be things where it's like, as I said, it's taken me a long time to accept, because I used to feel like really bad about it, but I think it is okay to have a like minimum social competency requirement where like I'm pretty extroverted. I'm pretty good initiator. I'm good at like starting things and carrying conversations. But if we are just meeting each other, especially if you are reaching out to me, you gotta fucking commit. You gotta carry shit and like talk to me, because I've had a lot of the disappointing conversations I've had with people is like, they want to be friends. They want us to have a friendship, but they don't have the experience in life to like build it. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the skill set. So they like approach me and they're like, dude, I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, how are you? I'm like, good. Having an okay day. How about you? And they're like, pretty good. And they're like hoping that I will throw something back, but it's like, we are still on like neutral ground. You're just, you have approached me. You have to bring the thing, you know? And it's like, that's why I said, it's like, I really appreciate the gesture, and I can tell that it like comes from a good, earnest place of like, they want something to happen here, and it's not like a malicious thing. But if you don't have the wherewithal to think through of like, oh shit, they probably get a lot of people messaging them like this, what is my like game plan? If you don't have that, then like I can't give that to you. You need to hit the bribe button. God, I would, yeah, I don't ever want to go down that path of like, if you want to talk to me, pay me $5 on Twitch. I actually recently got into VR chat and it's helped a lot for navigating social or group settings. Yeah, it's so good. Like, so many people undervalue VR chat because they're like, I don't have a headset. No, it's not about having a headset. It's not about having a custom model. VR chat is based because it's voice chats with proximity. Like, I cannot emphasize how hard it is to have a like group discussion and hangout in a Discord call where everybody's audio is overlapping each other, versus VR chat where it's like, it's spatial. It's like real life. It's like you can walk over there and have a side conversation and like still be part of the main social interaction. Like, God, if you haven't tried VR chat, just download it, dude. It's free. You can load in there and be a fucking triangle. It is so worth it. I highly recommend trying it out. Infinite bacon in no time, or infinite time but no time. I think infinite bacon in no time, so it's pretty good. Smaller groups, not one-on-one, because I don't usually like being big groups of people I don't know, but I also know that you can't expect that right off the bat, so I'm very slow and like, I don't know, all that. Yeah, I feel like what I try to do, or at least what I've done in the past, is I will, if I see somebody like wallflowering who like clearly wants to be here, but they like still feel like they don't know anybody, I'll like grab somebody who I know is like baseline socially like competent, and like is comfortable enough in the group that they've like overcome that like I don't really know people stage. I'll like grab them and then like push them into a corner with the person who like doesn't feel like they know everybody, and be like, hi, this person, this is this person, and I'll like grab the person who I know better and be like, this is their hyperfixation, they will ramble to you about it now. And like I've done that at various VR chat meets, and I feel like that's been pretty successful. I think that's how I first like that. I got Pendles with that. I got fucking I know I got Lucernic with that shit for sure. We're taking the dialogue real really quick to watch your Viseems freak out. You need to charge your Quest 3. Yeah, plug your shit when you're if you have actual VR components, plug that shit in when you take it off. Good evening. Hi, Golden Raptor. I saw your message on YouTube. I replied, but I wasn't sure if you were still there. Become a loaf of bread even. Earmuffs greater than yeah. Agreed. But it's infinite time. But it's infinite time with no time, you said. You did that with me and Vip. Yeah. It works, dude. By just being horrible, like jumping interactions with close-knit groups of friends and just crash me or friends. Yeah, maybe don't join instances that allow that then. God, I left you to go to read and make popcorn. Oh, what kind of popcorn? What flavor's your popcorn? Yeah, unfortunately, recently I've started, I used to just make the instances invite plus or friends plus. I used to make the instances friends plus when I got onto VR chat so that any friend of anybody in the instance can just show up, because I love meeting new people and I love joining, or I love like just anybody that can join. I really don't like making hanging out in VR chat like an event where it has like a date and a time and here's a list of attendees. Like fuck all that. We're vaguely hanging out. I used to just join off people. I don't care what world we're in. I don't care who's the host or like what, like we're just hanging out. We're literally just joining a social space to hang out. But then we started getting bad actors who like would specifically be making people uncomfortable, who were like removed from spaces because they were causing problems and like creating issues and just hurting people and being malicious. And unfortunately, unless you have the settings of an instance set to somehow exclude people, you can't exclude people. So now we've had to pivot to doing instead of entirely open instances, it has to be like it's a friends only instance where like you have to be friends with the person who made the instance, because if we don't do that, then these people inevitably get in there and then people feel uncomfortable and like it causes fucking problems, which sucks because I fucking love having things be completely open. But if something's completely open, then that means you can't exclude people. And unfortunately, you have to exclude people who make problems for everyone. So that should suck. Anyways, I scroll up. I've been missing some messages. Is VR chat worthwhile without a headset? 100%. Just buttered popcorn with salt. Fuck yeah. Oh god, I haven't had popcorn in so long, but it always gets like stuck under my gum. Like the little like sleeve on the kernel gets fucking stuck under my gums. Fucking hate that shit. Yeah, 100% worth it, Raptor, specifically because of the like 3D sound aspect of it. Because like, you know how in Discord, if everybody's talking, you're talking over each other, it's all static, it's all one layer, it's all flat. In VR chat, there's like spatial audio drop off, like your voice comes out of your face like in real life. So like you can have novel multiple circles of conversations and people moving in and out and creating little like side conversations, and it just feels a lot more natural, and it fixes a lot of problems that Discord voice calls have. This is back in the day before any of that, I admit, like first month of VRC. Yeah, I didn't play VR chat until way later. Are private, so I can't join on them. Well, you can join on our thing. Yeah, I used to not get on VR chat a lot, but now I make a habit of it every Friday night because I really do think if you do not get to go out in real life a bunch, it's very great for supplementing, like getting good social interaction. Oh god, yeah, I type Raptor, when you're back, let me know what stuff you missed. I just answered like 3 of your questions. Go and put up your fees so long because don't have privacy. I think instead of having your own, it's easier than they. Yeah, hell yeah, Lightling. Getting to have those experiences are really important in my opinion. People coming to the meets and are on desktop. Yeah. Webcam tracking is VRC plus, but without that, it's still worth it. I only have desktop myself, and I don't want to give them money for reasons. Yeah, I still feel like it's worth it just for the ads over now. Okay. So I don't know which parts you did here, but specifically I'll re-go over the, first of all, butter popcorn with salt based. Second, I said I think VR chat is worth it without the headset, specifically because the 3D sound aspect, because like in Discord it's all flat, and everything, like if you're trying to have multiple conversations you can't because everybody's just talking over each other. But so much of that is resolved because VR chat's like simulating a real life space where your voice comes out of your fucking mouth, and there's like audio drop off over a distance, and so you can have the like people are talking in a little group over here, some people are over here talking, like it's a much more natural ebb and flow, and it just works a lot better, and I really think it's great. Webcam tracking, yeah, they introduced, or they're slowly releasing, you can get like face and hand tracking in VR chat from just having a webcam that you route into VR chat. I've not looked into it because I have the headset, but I use a webcam. I'm using the fucking camera on an iPad. But that's how I do all of this stuff. And this is like pretty close to, it's the same model that's in VR chat. So, you can turn on earmuff mode to further restrict that spatial drop off. Yeah, that's really useful sometimes too, where you can modify specific settings for like how much audio you want to get quieter and at what distance. Will you ever get a button presser so you can make silly little art pins to sell at cons? Maybe. I have a lot of cool merch ideas, but unfortunately, I have so much cool merch stuff that I want to do, but all of that costs money up front. And as you may be aware from what I've said, current plans are money up front goes to trying to get the 3D stuff going. To see if the webcam in the laptop can be connected to VR chat. I'm pretty sure any webcam can, but I think, again, I haven't looked into it. Lightlink says that it's only VR chat Plus, which is like a VR chat subscription service you have to pay for. So I don't know if you'll be able to do that unless you want to pay them money right now. But if you're just starting, it's not even. I would just dabble with just pure desktop at the beginning just to vibe it out. But I think it should be coming to the free version of VR chat eventually. I've never paid for VR chat. I have no interest in subscription service stuff, so I don't really know. I live too far away from most furry cons, sadly. Me too, but I fly to a lot of them because I pay money for Artist Alley because I can go there and I can sell art. It is very good. I like to sell art. I like to be at a table. That's like, I had a really good time at TFF, which is the most recent furry con I went to, specifically because it reminded me like how much of how many good brain juices I can get from like seeing real people and being like, oh shit, real people give a shit about my art enough to like come talk to me about it and like pay me to draw something for them. That's so crazy. Really like that. Excited to be doing it more. Yeah. Anyways, I've been yapping for fucking 3 hours. I'm probably gonna head out for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Almost certainly doing art or games or something. We'll probably. I think I want to get back to starting off every stream at least with chatting because I really do want to talk to you guys some more. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys had a good time. Thanks again so much for hanging out and chatting with me. It was pretty cool. Join the Discord if you're not in there. Very cool people. Very cool space. I think you would have a good time there. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Let's go raid out. If you can stick around for the raid, I'm sure whoever I send you off to would appreciate it. We always raid out at the end of every stream. As always, huge thank you to everybody who supports me on Subscribestar, Patreon, or by donating or subbing to the channel. Keeps my funny little gamer lights on, lets me pay for some of my bills, so I super appreciate it. You guys are fucking crazy generous today, and it was fucking nuts, dude. You guys are the best. I'm so glad to have you guys at my back. Looking forward to hanging out with you more soon. ! Discord with funny purple button down below to go check that out. And in the meantime, go say hi to Searing for me. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or night. Get some good snacks in, some good naps in, and I'll catch you next time.
think about that, huh?